Yo, what's going on? We are here live, and this is a impromptu discussion. We're going to have a topic of discussing Deontay Wilder. He does have his, upcoming bout on Saturday night. That will be against Tyson Fury for the WBC Ring Magazine and the lineal heavyweight championships. But we have like a little bit of a discrepancy in reference to Deontay Wilder. See that we have been going back and forth, or at least fans of Deontay Wilder, in those that disagree with the viewpoints of those Deontay Wilder fans have gone back and forth in reference to the career direction of Deontay Wilder. And the thing with Deontay Wilder is he's there currently with the record of 42 wins, 0 losses, and 1 draw. He has been the WBC World Heavyweight Champion since January 17th, 2015, where he won that belt against Bermane Stavern at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Now, he has defended that WBC title from that point up until now. But there has been a topic of controversy, so to speak, in reference to Deontay Wilder and his career path up until that point where he won the WBC Heavyweight Championship. And that is him in relation to Vladimir Klitschko. See, Vladimir Klitschko, for years, of course, held the WBA, IBF, and WBO heavyweight championships. He defended those championships multiple times and wasn't able to get the WBC title to become the undisputed heavyweight champion, since for the majority of the time that he held those titles, his brother Vitaly Klitschko held the WBC championship. And so when Vitaly Klitschko ended up retiring, the WBC title became vacant. And after it became vacant, there were, fights that were ordered to arrange to have the WBC Heavyweight Championship be put on a line on a certain fight. So we are going to, see if we could get this person on here. They're saying they're having a little bit of difficulty trying to get in through their phone. We're gonna see here how that thing works. So I'm trying to, let's see here. Trying to get them on. They're trying to, join in through the phone. But looking like they're having difficulties trying to do that. So I'm trying to, assist them in doing that so that they'll be able to join in and be part of the discussion or the debate that we have here. Thing is, as it's titled, is debate about Klitschko and Wilder. So we're going to clear up a few things in reference to Deontay Wilder and Vladimir Klitschko. So I'm trying to see if they will be able to get it on. It's looking like they're having some difficulties. I'm trying to see if I can get the. I sent them the link. for them to join on. Let's see here. Just bear with me for a moment, because this is supposed to be where they'll be able to join in. I've had people come in through the phone so that they'll be able to join in. I've had a couple of people be added in to the conversation. So that is something where I'm trying to get this thing going. So oh goodness, they I wanted to I wanted to have them on, like actually have them on. Um, and they are having some serious difficulties. This is not cool because the main point was for me to get them on. This is supposed to be a debate between me and that person. And I want to, add them on to the discussion. Otherwise, it's just basically, me talking about it. They are trying to see if they could join in through the comment section to see if that can work. Um, because the thing is, we usually have debates on Facebook, but Facebook removed that feature where you could add an additional person on to your live, and that's some crap, you know. So the thing about it is that without the Facebook feature, this is pretty much the method to add other people on to live discussions. So that's basically what we have here right now is for us to kind of like have this discussion live through YouTube. Um, yeah, I'm still working on trying to get them to use the link in order to join in. Because other people have been um we'll see if we could figure this out so that we could get him on here. Um, now, seeing if anyone else is within this discussion through the YouTube link, you could post a comment about what's going on. So in the meantime, what I want to do is try to discuss what is going on for the weekend. So you do have Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury going to fight each other at the MGM Grand Garden Arena for the WBC Ring Magazine and Lineal Heavyweight Championships. This is their rematch from the December 1st, 2018 fight that they had over at the Staples Center, which ended up in a draw. There was a lot of people that had differing views and opinions as to who won the fight. You had, Tyson Fury that was very successful for the majority of the fight, controlling the distance, being active with his feet and his head, and throwing feints and throwing punches at timely moments that were able to land successfully on Deontay Wilder. While Deontay Wilder seemed like he was out of range for a majority of his punches, a lot of the punches that he did throw were, of high effort, but it didn't land as well or land as much early on Tyson Fury. It wasn't until later in the fight where Deontay Wilder was able to get close enough to land on Tyson Fury, and him being able to score that first knockdown in the ninth round, where he, basically connected on to Tyson Fury while Tyson Fury was ducking down, and Fury pretty much stumbled and went down to the canvas. He did hold the top of his head while he was on the canvas before he got up, and he was given the standard 8 count and the protocol for referees in California. So he was able to walk to one side, then walk to the referee, and then the referee rubbed his gloves and then cleared him to continue. So he did have that in the ninth round, and then pretty much the same thing in the 12th round. With this time, Deontay Wilder hitting Fury with a little bit more force, not full force though. Tyson Fury was not hit flush from Deontay Wilder's right and then the left before Fury went down to the canvas. Um, Fury had his leg upright and his eyes open before Jack Reese came to him and continued to count of 4 and 5 before Tyson Fury started to get himself up, and he was able to be up by the count of 9. And Jack Reese continued the same, protocol that was there in effect in California. So Tyson Fury was able to continue. Tyson Fury was able to finish that round and finish the fight, and then the draw decision came to a head. Um, and the thing about it is that a lot of people felt that Fury was able to pull off that win, you know, and then you had the whole little controversy about Tyson Fury not taking the immediate rematch. Um, I think that was because of the whole thing that happened within the first fight. You had the agreements as far as who got what, you know, and so pretty much thinking a rematch at that time that the amount of money was going to be around that same amount. And the split was going to be basically the same, but Tyson Fury wanted more of the split. So that was one thing on one side, and then the second thing was he ended up signing with Top Rank, with a co-promotional deal with Queensberry Promotions and Frank Warren. So you have Bob Arum under Top Rank and Frank Warren the Queensberry Promotions to work with Tyson Fury on his fights from that point forward. So the rematch at that time was squashed. And then you had the whole thing with Deontay Wilder. Um, Anthony Joshua wanted that Deontay Wilder fight. Deontay Wilder not being able to take that fight. Lou DiBella, of DiBella Entertainment, talking with John Skipper of DAZN to try to work out a 3-fight deal with Deontay Wilder to eventually face Anthony Joshua for at that time would have been the undisputed heavyweight championships. But due to a lack of communication or whatever it is, or whether Wilder was going to take the fight or not, that deal did not come to fruition. Okay, so you do have whatever John Skipper said. You do have whatever Lou DiBella said. But there's one side, there's another side, and there's the truth. And the thing about it is that Wilder did pass up on a very lucrative deal. However, that lucrative offer forced the hand of Showtime to match the initial fight between Wilder and Brazil. So Wilder got paid for that Brazil fight. Okay. So he got paid for that Brazil fight. And the rematch still hadn't been solidified yet. But as of May 30th and May 31st of 2019, Deontay Wilder had announced that he would be facing Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury in succession. This is, a couple of weeks after he defeated Dominic Brazil by first round knockout. And, you know, soon after Luis Ortiz stepped into the ring after that Brazil fight. So you do have that as far as, Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. So that's like a whole nother conversation about that. But point of the matter is, we're here at this particular point. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, MGM Grand Garden Arena, Sunday, February 22nd. It's going to be a significant fight, a very significant fight in the heavyweight division. And with it being a very significant fight in the heavyweight division, you're going to see who's going to come out as the victor in this particular fight. You know, um, in this particular case, that oh boy, it looks like I'm getting messages from this person, and he's claiming that I'm lying to the people. But you have to be able to get in to try to prove your case. Because I said what I said in reference to Deontay Wilder. He did make that announcement at the end of May that he was going to fight Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury in succession. That is not up for debate. That can't be up for debate. Can't be. Okay. I was hoping that he could, get himself over to a laptop or a computer so that he'll be able to get himself on live to try to defend his case for Deontay Wilder. But he's not able to do that. So that is why I'm, continuing this conversation in reference to Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury until he's able to get himself, in front of a computer or a laptop to join in. Okay. Um, so like I was saying, you have Deontay Wilder had his rematch with Luis Ortiz in late November. Um, was able to win by a seventh round knockout. It sets up the fight between him and Tyson Fury. And like I said, it's going to be a very important fight. I think that you have these two guys that are amongst the top heavyweights. You have Deontay Wilder that, like I said, has held the WBC heavyweight championship since January 17th, 2015. He's had multiple defenses of that title. He did have that draw against Tyson Fury, and then followed that with a win over Dominic Brazil, and then a win over Luis Ortiz. So this is, I think what is this going to be? His 11th defense of that title. So that is something where we got to get, so we have this, significant bout. Of course, Tyson Fury undefeated with that one draw. With Deontay Wilder had defeated Vladimir Klitschko for the unified heavyweight championships before being out of commission for about 2.5 years. So he had been able to come back. And had his fight against Seferi, and then after that fight against Seferi, then he had another one against Francisco Pianeta. Before that first fight against Deontay Wilder, and then followed that up with fights against Tom Schwartz and Otto Wallin. And then, after that, having this rematch with Deontay Wilder. So that's pretty much the situation that we have at this particular point. Still trying to see if we could get this person to come on. They're having issues trying to join through phone, and I know if through StreamYard you can join in through the phone. I've had people be able to join in using their phone. Um, that is, not anything, where it would be, a particular issue for them. So, let me see about this thing here. Um, so let's see, how we're going to do this. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show like how you could pretty much have, more than, more than one person join in this live discussion and whatnot. Let's see here. Hold on. I got a question here. It looks like we have a question. Where is Wilder's or Matthew Brown's burner account? We don't necessarily have that here. So that is something that we're going to basically have. Um, so I'm going to try something here, right? Um, so let's see what we got now. Um, looks like we have like something going on here. So let me try this. Bear with me for a moment. Let's see if we can do this. Now, you can't tell me that this can't be done. Now, real quick, I just did something there where I was able to join in this thing through my phone. So that is going to be a little bit of a deterrent right there, man. I need to go back. Um, let me go back here. Hold on just a minute because I will I will try to arrange something up here. Hold on just a second, as also wanted to see if I could add in. Zoe, if you still on with me, you could still get through. Um, but in the meantime, I'm gonna help this other person try to get on. Let me see. Hold on just a second. So I'm trying to see if I can add them on here in a bit. Okay. So I'm going to let's see. I'm going to help them try to get on through their phone. And then once they're able to get on through their phone, then it should be able to join in. Phil, shout out to Phil jumping in here. Says looks like a duck to me. I'm trying to see if I can help them out. I was able to try to, get a, you know, link through using my phone going through Safari. So I was able to join in on another cam through my phone through iPhone. Now you could do it through Android as well. So I am assisting them to try to get on through the link using Android, you know. So if they're able to, get that done, then we should be able to add them on. And then once we, are able to add them on, um, then we'll get this going. So let me post. Let me see if I could post this thing here again. And then once they get that, then they'll be able to um do it. Because we gotta get this rolling, man. We gotta get this rolling. They should be able to open this link through Chrome, and once they get through this thing through Chrome, then we should be on and popping. um I want to see if they'll be able to. I gave them the link, for them to follow, so they could add that link onto Chrome and then go through the instructions in order to have them be on live here on this particular video so that we can start this debate. Okay. So hopefully they're able to, get on there, get that thing set up. And once they get that set up, then we'll be, ready to roll. You know what I mean? So hopefully they get that stuff done. And then once they get it done and get it through, then they will be able to join on to this live stream. Like I said, this is a boxing discussion. It's supposed to be about Latimer Klitschko and Deontay Wilder. I was talking about the upcoming fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, the rematch for the WBC, Ring Magazine, and Lineal Heavyweight Championships. Just seeing here anyone that is, currently on, if they have any prediction for that particular fight, you could go ahead and post it on so that people will be able to see it. Currently right now, I have what I have, so I will post that here. Um, yo, I have Tyson Fury taking this thing by decision. So we're going to see Tyson Fury pretty much duplicate what he did in the first fight, but add in a couple more things, or he can make it sloppy like the Latimer Klitschko fight. The thing about Tyson Fury is he is the tallest and the longest heavyweight fighter out there. And he knows how to use those to his advantage. And that is exactly what I feel that he is going to do with Deontay Wilder. He's going to be able to use that reach to, pump the jab. And, if Wilder does anything to try to, to get some offense, then, Fury will be able to, either block, nullify, dodge, or tie up Deontay Wilder. So it will be up to Wilder to make that adjustment to prevent Tyson Fury from tying him up and be active if he does get tied up. So that's what they have there in this particular instance. Still working on this other person to join in to the discussion. I gave them the instructions to be added on using their phone, um, got the link. They should be able to follow that link through Google Chrome browser on their phone, and then after that, it'll give the instructions in order for them to have their camera allowed and the microphone allowed, and then they should be able to join in. But if anyone else wants to join into the discussion, let me know, and I'll provide the link here. Actually, you know what? This is pitiful. Let me go ahead and share the link on to this particular discussion. So we're going to have this thing here and then post it so that way if anyone else wants to join in, they'll be able to do so. Hold on just a minute. Got a comment from Phil. He's been saying Wilder by KO, but I'm beginning to think that Fury might get the stoppage. He's really, on the fence in reference to this particular fight. For a little bit, this thing has been a 50-50 type of fight, or basically a pick'em fight. Um, in that, with that pick'em fight, they're split as far as like who's going to win. You know, so it is going to be a very interesting bout. I basically would have to see what Wilder does in this particular rematch. For a majority of his fights, he's been fighting guys that are, shorter than him, that have a reach disadvantage. So he's able to do things that would let him get away with some things. He was able to get away with issues that he had against Archer Spilka. He was able to get away with issues that he had against Luis Ortiz, because he's able to use his length and reach to keep those guys at bay. But those that are at near or at or above his height, he has issues with. Um, he had been affected by punches from Eric Molina, from Johan Duhaupas, from the jab of Gerald Washington, and he was affected by the jab of Tyson Fury and the different looks and timing of Tyson Fury. And so here against Tyson Fury in a rematch, he's gonna be trying to deal with those same issues. Now, the only thing that I would say for Deontay Wilder in order for him to be kind of successful in this particular fight is for him to um, give Fury different looks. Fury is a guy that likes to move his head a lot, likes to move, likes to get in, you know, try to fake and jab, jab and jab. So on the same token, you got to be able to move your feet, get low, get in, get on the inside, and then work your way up. If Wilder is able to do that, then I feel that he will have more success against Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury, like Deontay Wilder, um, does have some issues with guys that are significantly shorter than he is. If they're within like the I would say the 6'3" to 6'5" range or something like that, then Wilder and Fury could deal with those guys. But anyone below 6'3" that moves their head fairly well, they have issues against those guys. I feel that they have issues against those guys. So Deontay Wilder may have to not fight tall in order to be successful against a guy that's taller than he is. So that's something that I'm looking towards in this particular bout between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. I'm still waiting on the person to, join in the live. I gave him the links and everything like that. I'm trying to see, what's going on. Um, I said, I already said a few minutes. Um, so let me see here. I'm gonna uh, see what happens here. But like I was saying, this is a fairly significant fight, and the winner will be regarded as the number one ranked fighter in Ring Magazine. It's going to be significant. Of course, you have Anthony Joshua, who has the WBA, IBF, and WBO heavyweight championships. He was able to get those back from Andy Ruiz. So you do have that, and Anthony Joshua is moving to have one of those mandatory defenses of those titles with the IBF mandatory Kubrat Pulev. So we're going to have details on when that will be solidified. So there is that on that instance. And then on the flip side here with this Wilder and Fury fight, it's going to be a very significant bout, not just for the heavyweight division, but for boxing overall. Um, this is going to be, a thing where we have to see how many people are interested in watching this fight live and paying for it on pay-per-view. We have it to this particular instance where um where we gonna have it. Like, hold on just a second. It looks like someone's trying to get in. Like, yo, you do know that I'm live right now, right? There's nothing up with that link. You got to be able to get on through Chrome. He's using an Android phone. Yeah. So we got an assistant here. Yeah. You can't do it. You can't do it now because you might be I think you're picked up on this live right now. So yeah. Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, I'm live already. He told me, he was like, yo, let's do the live, at least actually it was about over an hour ago we wanted to do it, you know? Yeah. 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 But hey, like I said, he wanted to do it now. So, you know, so that's what so oh man, I don't know, man. He ain't got no iPhone but he should still be able to do it through Android. Like, come on. Yeah, he needs that Chrome browser on the phone. And I thought that, you know, He said that he has Chrome on the phone. Right, right. Oh, so we out there. Oh man. Oh man. And now he's talking about he wants me to go live on Facebook. He wants me to go live on Facebook, and I'm like, nah, that defeats the purpose. Right. And that's what I was trying to tell. I was trying to tell him that. I was trying to tell him that. Yeah, that won't work. Yeah, man. I mean, there's already a comment here talking about Massey is your burner account. So, man, you can't do that. Oh man. Hey, I mean, the thing is, he got to be able to bring it, man. Like I don't see how he's not able to get on through Google Chrome. All he has to do is copy the link and go on Google Chrome, and he'd be good to go. I didn't send you the link. I sent him the link. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll send you the link. Yeah, cause the only thing he needs to do is he needs to, try to open Chrome on the phone. Well, at least try to copy the link before opening Chrome, and then paste it. Now this thing is still live now, so everything that I'm saying is on the. Yeah, I know I'm live. He's not on yet. So uh barely. It barely will be able to pick it up. You can't. Nah. But I sent you the link for him to copy. All right. Yeah. Boy, here we go. Yeah, but you can't be that. You can't be that country to not as much as wait. Come on, man. As much as he posts on Facebook, come on, man. Come on. Nah. Oh man. All right. Let me see here. I think he may have be able to get it. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see if we got it. I think we got it. I think we got it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can add my boy on. All right. Check 1 2 1 2. Who we got coming through?
Um, hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All
Deontay.
right. Cool. There we go. All right. Let's do it. All right. He on. He on. He on. Hold on a second, Massey. He on. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. All right. So now we have Melissa Massey now on to join this discussion, man. We finally were able to get him on live. Thankfully, we were able to work it out for him to get on and get it, crack a lacking. So we're going to get into it now. Like I said in the title, this is a debate about Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder. So Vladimir Klitschko had been the unified heavyweight champion for years, and he was set to become the undisputed heavyweight champion. Okay, and hold on, Massey. I gotta add somebody on before we get into this. I had to add you on. I had to add him on
So
before he's able to before he gets to where he got to get to. So I had to do it.
before
What's going on?
before you guys start the debate, I just first want to say, Bomb Squad. I also want to say, good luck. Everybody, keep it clean. Keep it clean. Keep it clean, and stay on point. Stay on topic. I just wanted to say, I'm just so excited about this. This is better than Wilder versus Fury. This is the real heavyweight matchup. Okay, so everybody that's gonna watch this now, everyone that's gonna watch this later, you guys are in for a treat because you got the king of the Box and Sorts radio show, Mr. J.R. Bell, versus the mysterious one, Melissa the Mauler Massey. That's all I gotta say. I'm just gonna go watch now.
Actually, you did that wrong. You were supposed to say Darth Hater versus.
Nah. Because you know what? As much as you hate, you actually believe what you say. So I can't even call it hated. I can't even, because you actually believe this shit. So I can't call it hated. But I'm just gonna go watch it. I'm gonna go check out the link that Kevin posted, so I can just go watch it on the YouTube.
Right, gotcha.
All right, man.
All right, peace out, Matt. All right, so Massey, we're back on here. So we're discussing this thing about Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder. Like I was saying, Vladimir Klitschko was the unified heavyweight champion, was defending that championship for, almost 10 years plus. And, going into 2013 and 2014, he couldn't become the undisputed champion because his brother, Vitaly Klitschko, was the WBC heavyweight champion. So at around 2013, at the end of 2013, Vitaly Klitschko ended up retiring, making the WBC heavyweight championship vacant. And so there was, a few fights that were arranged to see who would end up winning the vacant WBC heavyweight championship. Eventually, that became Vermont Severn as he was able to defeat Chris Arreola, right? So soon after that, there was discussion about Vladimir Klitschko fighting Vermont Severn for the undisputed heavyweight championship. And somebody by the name of Deontay Wilder wanted to block the fight because he wanted to fight Severn for the WBC heavyweight championship. And he asked for an exorbitant amount of money in order to step aside for that fight to even happen. So that's why Vladimir Klitschko versus Vermont Severn was shot down in 2014, because Deontay Wilder said, "Oh, no. Y'all ain't going to have that fight unless if y'all pay me up to $10 million for it." So that's why that fight was shot down. And that's why you ended up with Wilder versus Severn on January of 2015 in the MGM at Las Vegas, where Wilder was able to win that belt by unanimous decision. So Massey here is claiming that Wilder was, what would be a good way to say it?
Avoid it.
That Wilder was looking for unification, so to speak. Massey, you may be able to clarify what your stance is in reference to Deontay Wilder. So go ahead.
All right. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me go back a little bit further because you missed on a lot of things already. Already you missed on. Now, in 2013, the WBC had a convention in Bangkok. So Vitaly Klitschko vacated his WC title. He was a long reigning champion. And he had Bermain Stavern as his mandatory. So before the WBC allowed Bermain Stavern just to take hold of that belt, they gave him an eliminator fight with Chris Arreola. No, first they gave him one with the guy from Texas, Austin from Texas. And then they turned around and gave him another one because Vitaly still haven't relinquished it and still haven't decided what he's going to fight yet. They gave him another fight with Chris Arreola. Now, after he beat Chris Arreola, he was supposed to fight Vitaly Klitschko for the WC championship, Bermain Stavern. Vitaly Klitschko decided to give up boxing in 2013, and so they made a fight between Vitaly Klitschko and Chris Arreola be for the WBC vacant title. Now, if you know the WBC, you know you cannot become a champion by winning a vacant title. They put you through a trial of mandatory fights. They put you through a trial of mandatory fights. So after if when Bermain Stavern faced Chris Arreola, he had to face the winner out of Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott. And then after he faced that winner, he had to face the winner out of Perez and Brian Jennings. Now, this will happen. Wilder wasn't ready to give up his shot. Don King, who was Bermain Stavern promoter, was trying to go over Wilder any way he can. He was trying to get him a quick mandatory fight. He was trying to get him anything. But the WBC held to their promise. They say, no, this how it was go. It was for a vacant title. He must face Deontay Wilder, the winner of Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott, which we know Deontay Wilder knocked out Malik Scott in the first round. So right then, it took 9 months of negotiations to get this done. 9 months. Now, right before this was getting ready to get done, it was hot and ready to cook. Vladimir Klitschko come out from nowhere and try to fight Bermain Stavern. He didn't want to fight the winner. He didn't want to wait. He wanted to fight Bermain Stavern. He offered Wilder step-aside money to fight Bermain Stavern. Deontay Wilder said, no, I'm not stepping aside. Because if I step aside, y'all probably do me like y'all did Ortiz, to be honest with you, even though that hadn't happened yet. But y'all not going to fight me. So I want to take my shot now. Unless I'm going to go for some ridiculous amount, $10 million. Now, if you want to give me $10 million, of course. So he said, give me $10 million and I'll step aside. We knew Vitaly Klitschko was going to face him, give him $10 million to step aside. So Wilder went on and fought Bermain Stavern and beat him. But did Klitschko attempt to fight Deontay Wilder after that? Even though he made Bermain Stavern an offer and tried to pay Wilder step-aside money, it was the champion, the unified champion who had the WBO, the IBF, and the WBA for down near 10 years now, and the Ring Magazine champion, with a so-called lineal champion. He had all these accolades for 10 years, and only a belt he didn't possess was the WBC because his brother Vitaly held it. Now, he made an offer to Bermain Stavern. He tried to pay Deontay Wilder step-aside money to fight. And when Deontay Wilder told him no, not one offer was ever made to fight Deontay Wilder for the chance to be undisputed. That was on the champion, reigning champion, who was champion for 10 years, job, who was a pay-per-view star in Germany, who was selling out arenas in Germany. That was his job to offer Deontay Wilder a sick amount to become undisputed for the history book and for to become great. He didn't do it. The reason he didn't do it, he tried to avoid Wilder for long as he could. What did he do? Instead of he fighting someone else like Tyson Fury to go ahead and get his mandatory out of the way, he chose to fight Deontay Wilder's mandatory, which was Brian Jennings. So Deontay Wilder, Brian Jennings left to fight Deontay Wilder, leaving Deontay Wilder without the second mandatory. That's how Povetkin came along. When Povetkin and Pervez was made later on, and Povetkin ended up beating Pervez, and that's how he became Wilder mandatory, and the whole drug cheats to debacle came along. But the key thing that you need to realize now, once that Vladimir Klitschko ever attempt to try to fight Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder attempted to try to fight Vladimir Klitschko. How do you say that? In September, Deontay Wilder said, only way I can fight Vladimir Klitschko, this is well documented. You can look up the use. I'll post all the links that I'm using. Well documented. In September, when Floyd was getting ready to fight Manny Pacquiao, Deontay Wilder said, I wish me and Vladimir could fight right now. I wish we could fight next. It will look like we can't fight until 2016. Why? Because Vladimir have too many mandatories lined up, and it look like we won't fight until 2016 unless a lucky miracle happens. And which is that lucky miracle? Me fighting his mandatory to get that out the way. So Deontay Wilder, being a true champion he is, sent Tyson Fury, Vladimir mandatory challenger, a offer to fight him for the WBC belt instead of his challenger he was fighting, Christian Hammer. Deontay Wilder said, instead of Christian Hammer, and I'll fight Vladimir Klitschko. The winner fight Vladimir Klitschko later on the year as to become undisputed. He sent, he sent the Vladimir Klitschko promoter an offer to fight Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury promoter had the choice, either fight Hammer or fight Wilder, and then the next fight would be Vladimir Klitschko. So that's the second proof that Wilder tried to attempt to fight for the undisputed belt championship in 2015. Now the next one was all on Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko did an article had an article in March 25th in 2015 where ESPN asked him when will he fight Deontay Wilder. Vladimir Klitschko said, I will fight him. I can post the link, show it to you much as you like. His quote, Vladimir quote. Now, I am the man. I've been a man for years, and these guys to wait on me to fight me. Now, I have two choices to fight this year. This is Vladimir saying. My choice is either Tyson Fury or I can fight Deontay Wilder. I will let y'all know who I will end up fighting. So who do the champion of 10 years, the Germany pay-per-view star, the guy who did almost 2 million views on pay-per-view, not on pay-per-view, on HBO, chose to fight. He chose to fight Tyson Fury. Now, he had one fight left on his HBO contract, which was Brian Jennings. He could have easily met with Showtime representative. They could have been a big thing, and they could have fought in Germany and sold the fight to the highest bidder. Even though Showtime ain't did business with Al Heyman and Golden Boy at the time, but they still could have sold the fight to the highest bidder, which Al Heyman was all for. The ball was in Vladimir court. He chose not to act on it. He chose Tyson Fury. That was the champion choice. So I don't even understand why in the hell you go around with this blaspheming saying that Wilder avoided Vladimir Klitschko in 2015, where so much evidence and so much documentation showing he tried to fight the mandatory Vladimir Klitschko and he tried to fight Vladimir Klitschko. Okay.
No. All right. So you were going through this timeline in reference to Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder over the course of pretty much 1.5 years. Between 2014 and through 2015. Well,
correct.
The thing about it is that we're gonna have to go through things here a bit. So what I'm going to basically show is the point the point before Deontay Wilder faced Malik Scott. So I'm going to see if I could post this thing here. This is from Ring TV. That is like back in January 30th of 2014. This is when the WBC made the announcement that the heavyweight bout between Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott to be an eliminator. The victor will be the mandatory challenger to the winner of the Berman Severn Chris Arreola fight, which is for the title vacated by Vitaly Klitschko. Okay. It says that Wilder and Scott will meet at the historic Coliseo Ruben Rodriguez in Bayamon, Puerto Rico, and the Danny Garcia Mauricio Herrera fight. Now, the thing about that was they put Deontay Wilder against Malik Scott, and Massey brought up the fight there between Brian Jennings and his opponent there that was Mike Perez, right? Okay.
Correct.
Now, what I'm going to actually add on here is another thing where it should show those rankings. Hopefully, this should be, let's see, 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's see what you got here. All right. All right, not that one. Let's see the other one. Should be the other one here where I'll show the ratings for the WBC at that particular time. It should have the thing where you have Latimer Klitschko as the champion emeritus, right? And you had Deontay Wilder ranked at number 3, Brian Jennings and Mike Perez there at 4 and 5, Ramon Severn against Chris Arreola. This is after they fought the first time, because the first time Chris Arreola was ranked number 1, Ramon Severn was ranked number 2. Okay. And so there you have Deontay Wilder, Brian Jennings, Mike Perez. And down there at number 23 is Malik Scott. So you have the number 3 ranked WBC contender against the number 23 ranked WBC contender. And that's supposed to be for the mandatory position of the WBC Heavyweight Championship after number 1 and number 2 fought each other and number 4 and number 5 fought each other. Now, you do have that came up where you have Deontay Wilder winning that particular fight. And he was able to become the mandatory contender for the WBC Heavyweight Championship. And that is where you come to the point where Massey talked about the whole little instance with Latimer Klitschko and Berman Severn. So that's why I was saying that Deontay Wilder pretty much blocked that fight from happening because he stated that he would step aside for $10 million. So it says, there as a mandatory challenger to WBC title holder Berman Severn, Deontay Wilder said it would take a significant amount of money were he to step aside and allow Severn to face Ring Magazine heavyweight champion Latimer Klitschko, who said that his desire for unification bout. And he basically said that, Klitschko wants to fight Severn, but he is the mandatory challenger, so that's the case, right? The thing about step aside money is that I know that many people have taken the easy money and stepped aside and let other people fight. That being said, as far as step aside money, they would have to really come with something for me to want to step aside. Let's talk about something in the range of $10 million. Other than that, there will be no stepping aside. That will be the end of that. Now,
true champion.
The issue with that is, though, is that he's asking for an amount that is higher than the average purses that Latimer Klitschko pulls. Because up until that particular time, there's only once in that recent time period where Vladimir Klitschko earned a significant amount of money in his purse, and that was the fight against him and Alexander Povetkin, where a purse bid had it to where he pretty much earned almost $16 million.
17 million dollars, yeah.
$16 million or so for that particular purse. So when they had that whole thing basically shot down for Vladimir Klitschko and Brahman Severn had an injury, so he couldn't necessarily fight in 2014. That's why you had Deontay Wilder have his fight against Jason Gavin in 2014
to stay busy,
to keep active. So later on in that year, you had Vladimir Klitschko facing Kubrat Pulev, and in that particular fight, Vladimir Klitschko earned a shade over $5 million for that particular fight. So then later on, you have Deontay Wilder and you have Brahman Severn fighting for the WBC Heavyweight Championship at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, January 17, 2015. Deontay Wilder ends up winning the bout by unanimous decision. Okay. They had set up the fight for Vladimir Klitschko to fight Bryant Jennings. Okay.
Wilder's
mandatory. Now, the thing with that is, with the rules with mandatories, you don't have to necessarily face your mandatory for a full year, unless if they had the thing like you claimed that was in place, where Deontay Wilder has to face Brahman Severn, and then after he faces Brahman Severn, then he would have to face Bryant Jennings. You brought up Luis Ortiz. There was an instance where they had him as the interim WBA champion, where he basically fought. He had fought for that WBA title, and then he had to fight two guys in succession while he held that interim WBA title. That fight against Bryant Jennings, and then another one against he was supposed to fight. It was Alexander Usmanov. Okay?
Yes, that's correct.
So he was supposed to fight those two fights in succession. He fought Bryant Jennings, defeated Bryant Jennings, but then he didn't fight Usmanov next. He fought Tony Thompson and never fought Usmanov. So here you have to show where they have the agreement for the winner of Brahman Severn, Deontay Wilder, to fight Bryant Jennings, or the winner of Bryant Jennings versus Mike Perez. Okay.
Bryant Jennings backed out of the situation because he had a choice to fight Deontay Wilder for the WBC championship, or the choice to fight Wilder with Klitschko for the other belts. So Bryant Jennings went out that way. So after he did that, the WBC scheduled Mike Perez versus Povetkin for the next eliminator. Povetkin, knocked out Mike Perez in the first and second round, 1-2, and he became Wilder's mandatory. And that's when they had long negotiations. They even had the purse bid, which the World of Boxing won, and Deontay Wilder was supposed to travel to Russia and fight Povetkin as his last mandatory. Povetkin tested positive for whatever whatever he did.
Now, before you get into that, because that goes into 2016, you got to still get into the topic here with Vladimir Klitschko. So we're at 2015. Beginning of 2015, you have Deontay Wilder versus Brahman Severn, MGM Grand Garden, and Deontay Wilder wins by unanimous decision to win the WBC belt. Then you have Vladimir Klitschko versus Bryant Jennings over at Madison Square Garden, where
I think that was in March, like late March 26th.
Pretty much around March. And Vladimir Klitschko wins that to retain his titles. No, that's not Wilder talking, man. That is not Wilder talking. This is really Massey here. This is Massey. This is not Wilder's burner account. None of that. This is actually Massey. All right. So you have to clarify that. All right. Now back to it. So Vladimir Klitschko defeats Bryant Jennings to retain his titles. Now, before before that fight, okay, before that fight even took place, there was, talk about what Deontay Wilder would do after, he had just won the title. But here it is, pretty much a week after he won the WBC championship. Says that Deontay Wilder is still very much a work in progress, says his co-manager Shelly Finkel. After last Saturday's title win over Berman Severn, the hype began going for a fight between Wilder and unified heavyweight champion Latimer Klitschko. Finkel, who was a co-manager with Al Heyman and JD's, Finkel also works closely with Klitschko and K2. He says there is no need to rush Wilder into big fights against the best of the division, that despite a world title, he still needs time to grow and groom his skills. He says he's a baby winning the title. It's his first title fight. There will be time for unification. There will be time for all those things. He could go and fight Povetkin in Russia and make about $10 million. He Finkel told the Tuscaloosa News. It's not the right thing yet. Give him a couple of fights. Maybe bring something back to Alabama. Let him develop just like any other athlete. They don't take someone who is a great college prospect and throw him right in. And this kid is a great prospect. Now, they did say something about one fight that could happen this year is a match against unbeaten EBU or European Union or British champion Tyson Fury. That's in 2015. All right. So you have that in 2015. So Shelly Finkel, who manages both Deontay Wilder and Latimer Klitschko, that Finkel did not want to organize that fight yet. So he had made those quotes about the plan and the direction for Deontay Wilder.
His plan and his direction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I gotta jump in on this because this is what a lot of y'all Wilder haters get confused at. Shelly Finkel was Vladimir Klitschko long-term manager. Long-term. He done did 10 years plus with Vladimir Klitschko, eating real well off him. Now, Vladimir done been in camp with Wilder, and he been in camp with Tyson Fury. Now he done had both of them. Now I don't care what Shelly Finkel say. You always go off the fighter. Shelly worked for the fighter. Shelly worked for Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko say, "I don't care, Shelly. Make Wilder an offer. Let's see what he's gonna do." That was Shelly's job. If Wilder say, "I don't care, Shelly. I want to fight Vladimir Klitschko," that's what's the job. Shelly is a middleman. Y'all Wilder haters just stay going off this middleman bullshit that drive me crazy. The dude he had both of he had his hand in both sides of the cookie jar. So you cannot go off him, even to quote him is crazy because he's the manager of both of them. But the only thing in the situation is he only co-managed Wilder. He's not Wilder brain trust. He's a part of Wilder's brain trust. So when he did that, he made that right after the Vladimir Klitschko fight. People was calling for the undisputed title. That was Shelly Finkel said that. But even though Shelly Finkel said that, that wasn't none of Wilder's quotes. That was none of Wilder's action. Every interview you have with Wilder or any quote you have from Wilder is that he wanted undisputed. He wanted now, and if he could get it in 2015, he would, but most likely he would get it in 2016. I can send you quote after quote after quote from March the 25th to way in past September, the 15th, about Wilder said, having quote after quote after quote saying he want to unify the titles. He wanted to go ahead and knock off Tyson Fury, and it just be him and Vladimir Klitschko unified. They can either do it in America, or he said he can even go to Germany. I see your article quotes after quote. I will post them as soon as I get off the phone with you. So you quoting Shelly Finkel, a half percentage of Wilder brain trust don't make sense. And then what make it bad, he's Watermill long-term manager. So to me, it sounds like in that whole thing, he was trying most likely to protect Watermill instead of being a brain trust of telling Wilder what's best for him. Because Wilder went right after Waterman Klitschko with this. He went after the juggler. He said, I'm going to take your mandatory away so you can fight me. What else? Wilder didn't have the backing of a 10-year paper star veteran who's been filling out arenas to make an offer to him. So he's not like Wilder could say, okay, Waterman Klitschko, here go $3 million, fight me. No, he can't do that to a 10-year champion who everybody in the world recognized champion and been picking and choosing his opponents for years. Like Waterman say in his quote for ESPN, I'm the one that's running the show. I pick who I want to pick. Now, I have a choice on my hand. My choice is either Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. I will pick it by the end of the year. He could have overran that mandatory and went for undisputed against, Deontay Wilder. He could have sold the WBO, which is in WBO rule books. Mandatory come before, undisputed come before mandatory. So he could have jumped in with that route, but he didn't. He chose Tyson Fury. Now, that's the only thing y'all can hold y'all head on is a quote from Waterman Klitschko's manager. That's crazy. You should know better than this. Article after article say Deontay Wilder ready to become the undisputed heavyweight champion in the world. Waterman Klitschko dropped the ball. He went in there. After he beat Brian Jennings, he waited to November the 15th. November 2015 to fight Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder had a fight in June, coming off a broken hand against the Vern. He fought Molina in June. He was ready to go for November. He said it in August, said it in September, even said it in October. But who did Waterman Klitschko chose? He chose Tyson Fury. So tell me, for the love of God, knowing all the heavyweight status that Waterman Klitschko possession, how much props and how long-term champion he been, and the shot call that he could do, why he chose Tyson Fury over Deontay Wilder.
So this is the point where we're pretty much way off on this. Okay. We're talking about adults that are professional athletes that are basically on the job. You're talking about this thing with Deontay Wilder saying that he has a desire to unify, and that is not the case. And I'm going to tell you why and show you why over the course of that year, going over 12 months plus. Okay. So you did bring up that Deontay Wilder had his first defense against Eric Molina. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have that. That was a couple of months after Vladimir Klitschko defeated Brian Jennings. Now, remember, you keep talking about this whole thing about, people keep bringing up the thing about what Shelly Finkel said. The reason why they keep bringing up what Shelly Finkel said is because that is actually what happened with Deontay Wilder. Now, in the case of Vladimir Klitschko, after he had his fight with Brian Jennings, he had a little dilemma on his hands, and it didn't have to do with Deontay Wilder because, like I said, he's still dealing with the same manager in Shelly Finkel. Now, if Shelly Finkel didn't want Deontay Wilder to be in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko, that is on him. If you are Deontay Wilder and you say that you want to have that fight against Vladimir Klitschko for the undisputed heavyweight championship, and the manager that you have says that, no, we don't want to have it, then you know what you do as a professional, as someone that is working to make a living, you say, you know what, you're not my manager anymore. Get out of here.
Oh my God! No.
Manager. I'll take another manager.
No. Let me give you one example. One quick example. One quick one.
Wait. No. Because you could go ahead and make that example, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to already be countered. Now, when I'm talking about Latimer Klitschko, like I said, he had a dilemma on his hands. He didn't even have to deal with Deontay Wilder because, like I said, Shelly Finkel was not going to have his guys face each other at that particular point. Now, Latimer Klitschko defeated Brian Jennings. He was a unified heavyweight champion. He had two mandatories that he had to worry about. One was Tyson Fury for the WBO. The other one was Vyacheslav Glasgow for the IBF. Those were the choices that Latimer Klitschko had. And he chose Tyson Fury, the WBO mandatory. So he fought Tyson Fury in November of 2015 and ended up losing. The IBF still exercised their mandatory and made Glasgow be able to try to invoke that mandatory so that when Tyson Fury did win those unified titles, it took just 9 days for the IBF to strip Tyson Fury to have the IBF title vacated and for that to be put on the line between Glasgow and Charles Martin at the Barclays Center in January of 2016. In January of 2016. Okay.
Why was that though? Why was that? You just can't say that.
What did I just no? What did I just say? I said there was a choice for Latimer Klitschko to either fight the IBF mandatory or the WBO mandatory. Now, with Fury winning that title, the rematch clause was immediately put into effect.
When you become a rematch,
it being immediately in effect,
Junior,
it was immediately in effect.
I know, but you got to get the facts right. You don't have a rematch clause in a mandatory position. You don't. Now, Wilder Klitschko is true, but it wasn't for the title. You don't become have rematch clause in a mandatory position. The reason you have a mandatory is to become the mandatory. That's why the IBF script Tyson Fury, because he didn't have he could have fought Glasgow next. He chose to fight Watermill for the rematch because a mandatory fight is no rematch clause in it. You should know this. Go ahead, continue.
No, but here's the thing though. Is it for the singular title? No, it's not.
Oh,
so that's a difference.
Come on,
that's
dude.
a difference.
No, that's so
so
you can't say that.
You're
not being factual again.
No, because here you're trying to defend Wilder's case, and I told you the thing about Wilder and the whole thing with unification, and I'm going to bring it up again because here we are in the time period at 2015, at the end of 2015, where Tyson Fury defeated Latimer Klitschko for the unified titles. Now, the thing with Deontay Wilder was he had already defended that title against Eric Molina. Then he had his second defense against Johan Duhaupas. 2 fights in Alabama. Let's follow the timeline. Okay. He was going to have yet another defense of that WBC title. Now, he could have fought Brian Jennings. Brian Jennings said, hey, I'm here. I'm a contender. I'm in the top 5 of the WBC. Let's fight. He didn't want to do that. So Wilder ended up fighting Artur Szpilka at the main event at the Barclays Center in January of 2016. Now, you have the co-feature bout. Glasgow versus Martin for the vacant IBF title. Okay. Then you had in the main event Wilder versus Szpilka for the WBC title. Okay. Wilder defeats Szpilka by knockout. Retains the WBC championship. You have the commentary thing with Jim Gray after the fight. Everybody saw Tyson Fury step into the ring. And then you had the back and forth between Wilder and Fury, right? So Wilder was talking all this back and forth stuff, talking about, oh, but eventually once we get into the ring, I will baptize you, or whatever it was. But the thing about it is, Wilder kind of said something pretty important after all of that. Let me see if I could cue that up. Hold on just a moment. Let me see if this thing here will work real fast.
Povetkin, Charles Martin, or this man running around the ring right here next?
I would love to have him next, but unfortunately, I got other mandatory duties I have to handle first. And when he get finished with what he doing on his other side, he know where to find me.
If Povetkin is
Now, you heard it straight out of Wilder's mouth. He had mandatory duties that he had to fulfill in 2016.
Can I comment on it? Please? Can I say something on it? If you don't mind.
Try.
Now,
go ahead.
Because you missed so many facts that's driving me crazy. Listen, right in 2015, Povetkin fought Perez to become Wilder mandatory. Now, Wilder was supposed to fight Povetkin in November. By November, that was supposed to be a plan. Since there was since wasn't gonna be no Tyson Fury. I mean, not Tyson Fury. Wasn't gonna be no Wilder. He was supposed to fight Povetkin. He made the date and everything. Povetkin, World of Boxing, went to China to the WBC and asked them could they have some more time before they make their fight. The WBC granted them granted them some more time to March, April. So by that time, Wilder was still out of the ring. Nobody don't want to fight him. So he took on Spilka, who was in his stablemate, and it was a fight was easy to make. So he took on Spilka as he wait on Tyson Fury now, because Wilder Klitschko did opt out to fight him. So he had to wait on Tyson Fury to figure out what he's going. So that's why he's telling him, I got a mandatory to take care because the WC said you have to take care of this mandatory. Just like they wouldn't let Bermain Stavern fight Watermill to become undisputed, they wouldn't let Wilder fight on Tyson Fury because he had to face Povetkin. So Wilder looked at him and told him, "You lucky I got to take care of this mandatory. I have to. This is something I have to do. I wish I didn't, but I have to." So because he won vacant belt, so it's not like he took the belt off a real Vitaly Klitschko. He won a vacant belt, so he had to face that mandatory. That's WC rules. So he fought Spilka. Then he had to fight Spilka did have to fight Povetkin. But my point is, in 2015, when Watermere could have unified with him, when he fought Duhopoulos and he fought Molina, Watermere opted out of all that. Before Povetkin was the mandatory, Watermere opted out of it to fight Tyson Fury instead of becoming undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, having all the belts that any champion ever had, and go down in the history book like Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield. He didn't make that choice. This is what his debate was about. He didn't make that choice. He chose Tyson Fury. His choice could have been Deontay Wilder become undisputed champion for the history book. He chose Tyson Fury. You said Wilder ducked. I'm telling you, bullshit. I don't care what Wilder Klitschko manager Shelley Finkel said at the time. The action and the facts speak to Wilder, saying, "I will fight Tyson Fury right now in August for the to get this out the way, and me and you fight at the end of the year." That was facts from Wilder. He offered Tyson Fury the money to fight. He offered to pay him and Showtime offered to pay Christian Hammer step aside money. I'll show you the article.
You'll have to show that.
I'll show you the article. I'll give it to you right now. So with Frank, I will give it to you. Hold on, let me finish it. Frank Warren words out his mouth. Deontay Wilder and Showtime offered us to fight Tyson Fury. They give Christian Hammer step aside money, and we have two choices on our hand. We can fight the WBC champion, or we can fight the other champions. But or we can fight Wilder now and fight Klitschko later. That's what the whole article was about, and I will give it to you as soon as I hang up. But the facts is what you said, that Wilder ducked Wilder ducked Wilder Klitschko on the back of what Shelley Finkel, who is the manager of Wilder Klitschko, said in his little bit of snippet article, and that's bullshit, dude. That's bullshit. Wilder attempted to fight Tyson Fury. I got an interview right now where he's pissed off, where you can see he so pissed off that Tyson Fury signed the contract to fight um Vladimir Klitschko later on and not him. He said, "Man, you when he fucking want to come fight me, I'm not gonna fight him because I offered to fight him. This could have been me and Vladimir later on, but Tyson Fury chose to fight him, so I'm not tripping. But when he want to fight me, that's gonna be the same. We built this up. We should have been fighting this tight Watermark. Don't tell me nothing about the man that worked for Water. Tell me what Water's saying. Tell me his actions. Now, of course, why put him in a why not put him in a fight with a stablemate, Spilker, with Johannes, with Eric Molina, if it ain't no big money on the table? Why not? That's by boxing 101. Why not? Just like right now, Dillian White fighting Povetkin, 42-year-old Povetkin, instead of going after a real challenge because he don't want to mess up his mandatory position. And you say that Water should have fired Shelly Finkel or whatever because he said that. Well, you tell that to what's his name, Kell Brooks, when Eddie Hearn told him clearly, please don't fight Earl Spence. Fight somebody else. You too much. We can move up. We can fight this person. We can fight that person. Don't fight Earl Spence. Kell Brooks, I'm not no big UK boxing fan, but I got to give Kell Brooks some props. Kell Brooks said, no, I want Earl Spence. He think he's better than me. He think he beat me off for the shoulder, dude. That was words on Kell Brooks' mouth after Eddie Hearn advised him to duck Earl Spence. And he said no. So what Eddie Hearn did, he made the fight. So don't tell me what Water couldn't have made Shelly Finkel did, or Watermill couldn't have made Finkel did, which was Watermill position to make him go after the green belt.
Are you complete?
Hello?
Okay. Seems like you're complete. All right. So, yeah, you're still on.
Just go ahead.
Still on here. Now, all right. So now you're talking about this whole thing with Wilder and Tyson Fury, in addition with the thing with Klitschko. So what I'm going to do, yet again, is tell you the thing about Wilder and Tyson Fury. Now, the thing is, Tyson Fury has been talking about fighting Deontay Wilder since 2013. Okay. That was before he was even with Frank Warren and all of that. Okay. Now, this is the article here. It says, when Tyson Fury was scheduled to fight David Haye and David Haye pulled out due to injury, Tyson Fury was talking about fighting Deontay Wilder. Okay. He said that, that he was going to fight Deontay Wilder due to Hayes' announcement that he was going to pull out due to shoulder surgery. So the thing about it is like, you can't necessarily say that Tyson Fury was reluctant to fight Deontay Wilder at that time. He had been trying to fight Deontay Wilder since 2013, 2014. So there was no thing about, hey, Tyson. No. There was no thing about, if Deontay Wilder sending an offer to Tyson Fury to fight Tyson Fury. Like you said, you were going to post that thing where they said that they sent an offer to Tyson Fury at that time. I have to see that particular article.
I will show it to you, but my beef not with Tyson Fury. I understand that he did try to make that fight. Okay. He did want to make that fight in the UK. I'm not saying that the offer was a bullshit offer, and Wilder was on schedule to become the WBC champion in a fight or two. So yeah, that didn't make any sense. But yeah, I don't have no gripe with Tyson Fury saying that he didn't want to fight Wilder. My gripe was with Watermill choices. That's my gripe. Watermill chose to fight Tyson Fury instead of Wilder, who would have became undisputed.
So then the burden of proof falls on you in that instance of 2015, where you say that Wilder actively pursued a fight between him and Klitschko, and that Klitschko passed on it, and you were going to pull up some quotes about Vladimir Klitschko making a choice about fighting Deontay Wilder or fighting somebody else. Now, like I said, This is the same Deontay Wilder that asked for an exorbitant amount to step aside for the Vladimir Klitschko Bermond Severn fight to happen. Now,
Because
the other
he
thing that
wanted to
you
win the
did,
title. He
the
wanted
other
the
thing,
championship.
okay. Now, the other thing that you did bring up was the period of the 2015, the second half of 2015 to early 2016 for Deontay Wilder. Now, see if I could pull one more thing up here because this was what I was talking about in reference to Brian Jennings, but you did also bring up the whole thing with Povetkin and how he was able to become the WBC mandatory. Here it shows Povetkin earned the right to face Wilder in a mandatory challenge when he beat Mike Perez in May. Okay, but Wilder's camp wants him to be an active heavyweight champion, so he didn't. So he wanted to have that mandatory fight to happen, like he did mention. Now he says he's got to fight. That's Povetkin. Got to fight in November, so he won't be ready. But I'm going. He wins his next fight, and we could get it on in the next one. I can't wait for all of them. Right now, the thing here, it also says American Bryant Jennings posted on his Instagram account that he planned to take Wilder's belt on January 9th, which was going to be the planned date for that fight. But it ended up being January 16th was when that card was. But Jennings' promoter told ESPN that fight wasn't in the cards. Okay. Wilder says this. Jennings, he's the type of guy that looks for the money instead of the opportunity. About that, I like guys who look for the opportunity instead of the money. Okay. He says the whole thing about, his confidence. He knows he can't beat me, his style, skill level, and everything like that. So that article had basically came around October 9th, 2015. Deontay Wilder ended up fighting Archer Spilka, the same Archer Spilka that Brian Jennings beat by knockout. So,
but I don't even know why
that.
Bringing up Brian Jennings. Brian Jennings had lost by that time. I think he had lost to Ortiz.
That was before. That was before he fought Ortiz.
This was before he fought Ortiz.
Right
but
before
even though, okay, but you got to look at it like this. All right, number one, Brian Jennings wasn't. Wilder could have offered Brian Jennings. Don't get me wrong. You're right about that. He could have offered Brian Jennings, and he could have offered Spilka. It didn't matter. But his job was to stay focused, fight the best, and fight who's gonna make the more money. Brian Jennings wasn't bringing nothing home, bringing nothing to the table with Wilder at that particular point.
Yeah, but there was no other choice. There was one thing that did happen though, that somebody did kind of sidestep Wilder at this particular point. He wasn't the mandatory though, and that was Glaskov, right?
Yeah,
because Glaskov had the choice where he could have fought Wilder or he could have fought for the mandatory, and he chose basically for the mandatory because Glaskov was within the top 4 of the WBC at that time. So he could have said, hey, he could fight Wilder.
It's not that. He was ranked number 7 in the world. Glaskov was ranked in the world at that time also. He had just beat hello, you hear me?
Yeah.
He had just beat the guy that Steve Cunningham. He just beat Steve Cunningham on HBO. He was ranked like number 7 in the world. So Deontay Wilder Wilder jumped over to main event, even though main event and Al Haymon was beefing. They sent a $750,000 offer to Glasgow to fight Wilder. And Glasgow turned it down because they was going to end up fighting Martin for the vacant IBF belt that Tyson Fury just dropped. But this is another point of Wilder make an offer. Brian Jennings at that point, after he so Wilder and Klitschko, his value stock that went down. His performance wasn't that great. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that great. But his stock went down. And then it didn't make any sense to go after Jennings. He could have easily, he had Spilka, who had won like 6 fights in a row and like 4 of them by knockout. In this right there, easy fight to make. In your fight on Showtime, Jennings was fighting on HBO, and everything was easy right there, laid out, mapped out. Why not take it wouldn't have did the same thing as Jennings did. But you keep bringing up Jennings like it was just a big boogeyman that Wilder was running from. Nah, it wasn't. And we
Well,
always know to look at Jennings' career now, it wouldn't have been nothing but a knockout waiting to happen because Ortiz knocks him out in what, 7th round a couple of months later. Wilder knocks out Ortiz twice. So I don't even know why you're bringing up Jennings. Your main focus should be on Waldemar Klitschko, how he avoided being undisputed. He was eager to take
and
undisputed versus versus Bermain Severn. He sent Bermain Severn an offer. And he even tried to pay Wilder step aside money. But as soon as Wilder become champion, then all that hype becoming undisputed cooled down. That's what I don't understand why y'all don't see. Either y'all just hating or y'all just don't want to give Wilder the credit that he deserved. He attempted to fight for undisputed in 2015. But he cannot make a 10 to 11-year-old veteran champion who been on pay-per-view, who did great numbers, fight him when it's his choice. And you must see that. It was Wilder's choice. Like I said, the key thing that's a coup de grace. Wilder attempted to fight his mandatory Tyson Fury, but he could get that out the way to fight Wilder. He have an interview saying this. Here I have Frank Warren saying this on record.
okay, so then
that should be in the conversation.
So there's more that you would have to prove because so here's the thing. You say that you say that Vladimir Klitschko sent an offer to Bermain Severn. So that's the first thing that you have to prove, that he actually sent an offer.
Well, that was common sense. That was in 2014.
We had to send an offer. You have to show show it. They said interest. They didn't say anything about offer. They said interest.
No.
So that's one.
Listen, number one. Hold on. You can't just skip over that. Number one, that was Don King, Bermain Severn promoter. Klitschko now was dealing with Don King at the time. Don King was trying to avoid the mandatory position with Wilder to fight Vladimir Klitschko. This is on record with Don King saying it live. Now I got to go back and look up Don King's interview out to point that out now, which I didn't do. I got everything else, but I didn't do that because I didn't know you want to X for that. But the main thing is, even though you're saying this should tell you right here, and this should be common sense. He offered Wilder step aside money to fight Bermain Severn to become undisputed. His words was, I ain't never had the green belt. This is the only belt I didn't have possession. I have never been possession of. Now, Wilder become mandatory. He could have easily did the same thing. He made a fight with Jennings, which he could have just waited a couple months and made that same fight with Wilder, because Jennings wasn't a mandatory. Jennings was a voluntary fight. But why he didn't? Because he didn't attempt to fight Wilder. He attempted to fight Fury. He said out his mouth again to ESPN, I have two choices, Wilder or Fury. I'm going to choose Fury. I had training camps with Wilder. I done sparred Wilder in and got ready for fights. He helped me fight Wash for the heavyweight title. Wilder helped him fight that. He beat Wash. He was there at training camps with Fury. Him and Fury been knocking heads. Who he chose? He chose Fury. He thought Fury was going to be more easier than Wilder. He done felt that power. Bottom line, and he tried to avoid it. I don't understand why y'all don't see this. Y'all just don't want to give Wilder his credit. It's common sense, dude. A fifth grader can pick this up. Either you want to do it or you don't. You got every tool in your tool shed to complete the job. You choose not to complete it, that means you didn't want to do the job. But why Wilder got to be held accountable for what Vladimir Klitschko manager said, not Wilder. Now, Wilder would have said, I'm going to take baby steps. I'm not going to be ready. I agree with you. But only thing he said that came close to it is Fury got mandatories. Vladimir got mandatories. I don't see this fight happening to probably early 2016 unless a miracle happened and I could get one of his mandatories out the way. Hello, therefore, miracle, he sent to Frank Warren to try to fight Hammer. Look, instead of fighting Christian Hammer, let Fury fight me. Showtime backing me. We got the money on it. We're going to pay Christian Hammer step aside money. He can fight on our undercard. All is in the article. And me and you can fight, and then we can win a fight on Klitschko. So you can't knock. That's why it drives me so crazy with y'all Wilder haters. Y'all so blinded to the facts. Y'all so I like Eddie Hearn got y'all so blind, bro. It's ridiculous. How got it, the level of respect this man deserved. Okay, let's say he knocked out 40-something fight. Let's just say 30-something of it wasn't that good. But you got to take in hand the dude didn't start boxing to the age of 19. And then at the age of 19, he only had what? 20, 30-something amateur fights, and he still medaled in the Olympics. And then after that, he had 30-something fights before he fought for a championship. But look at it. Out that 30-something fights, he had 20-something up, 20 of them, I think it was 21, 22, was first round knockouts. None of them went past the fourth round. You can't tell what caliber of a fighter you have doing that type of work, especially in the heavyweight division. You don't know if he gonna get clipped, his stamina gonna go, would he get in trouble? Every time they tried to match him tough, he exposed the first round knockout. Nikolai Furter went 10 rounds with Povetkin, went 7 rounds with Fury. They didn't knock Fury out. Wilder killed him in fourth round. The White Wolf, he went to decision. No, he didn't go to decision with Jenny. He took Jenny like 10 rounds, but they waved the fight off. He took other champion. He beat it over Shannon Briggs. He beat Layman Brewster. Wilder knocked him out in the first round. Malik Scott, Chiseur, he beat Glasgow really, and he was in there to the 10th round with Chiseur, and he took a knee, and the ref on top of him counting to 9. He should have had that ref when Tyson Fury and Wilder fought, and when they counted him out, Wilder knocked him out in the first round. Every time he stepped up, they got exposed. So they didn't really know what they have. We got this young phenom who we know can't box, but he's knocking out everybody. And now look at his progression. Look at Wilder's progression now. Since he did the steps that he put him through, he fought Johannes, who he came off a broken arm fight. Johannes, he took his ball, he fought inside, he sticky move, he curved. Johannes ain't never been stopped. Stopped him. Then he turned around and fought Molina. Molina, who was coming out of four fight now free himself. He caught Wilder. Wilder took it on the chin. Basil. He still ended up knocking Molina out. Then Spilker. Say what you want. Spilker had boxing skills. Spilker had like 200-something amateur fights. Spilker had boxing skills. He clowned Wilder at the beginning. But what? Like I say, he only took one. Wilder learned from every fight he took until now. He gonna beat number one. He gonna beat Tyson Fury Saturday, and that's when I hope y'all start giving this American champion his respect. And for you to say when we was in that comment that he ducked Waldemar Klitschko, that's blaspheming, dog. Blasphemy. You can, clear as day what happened. Clear as day. Waldemar Klitschko chose Tyson Fury because he thought it would be more easy. He waited to try to build the Wilder fight later on. But Fury ended up beating him because he didn't think Fury was going to be better than he thought. But he did choose Deontay Wilder to become undisputed. That's something. Just think of that right quick. Think of that. You got this man who had every belt in the heavyweight division, have every accolade the heavyweight division have for 10 years. He have 18 fights in a row. Title defenses in a row. He got everything except this green belt. He tried to get the green belt. The guy say no. Now the guy got the green belt. So what do? You go after that guy. You go after him. I'm going to take that belt because I'm going to be great. I'm going to be undisputed. My name going to be with Larry Holmes, Evander Holyfield, Ali, Lennox Lewis. No, he didn't do that. He chose Tyson Fury, and that was his choice. And I'm going to show you documentation. And when I do, you owe Deontay Wilder apology, dude. Straight up.
Like I said, the burden of proof is on you for that. You talking about this whole thing with Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder in 2015. Now, you're talking about this whole thing with Wilder trying to cut off the thing between Klitschko and Fury. But, like I was saying before, Klitschko had to deal with 2 mandatories. So even if you had Wilder going up against Fury, Klitschko would still have his other mandatory that he had to fulfill with Glasgow at that particular time.
Didn't I tell you undisputed Trump mandatory?
We know that. We know that.
Right? Okay.
But there's that one instance. But the other instance is you're talking about this whole desire for Latimer Klitschko to get a green belt. But why would he even try to deal with someone that said that he wanted a specific amount of money to step aside for the initial thing that he was interested in
Oh
to
man, I can't
fight
believe you
Roman
said that. I'm
Severn?
sorry. I know you can't.
So if you're
That's apples
so
and
if you
oranges.
so if you're gonna go for that, then why would you even try to go into negotiations with someone like Deontay Wilder in that case? And
Dude,
and then and
you
then I'll
want to
and
be.
then I'll and then I'll follow this up. I'll follow this up. I said this whole thing in particular is about Latimer Klitschko and Deontay Wilder as far as like fighting for the undisputed heavyweight championship. What we have seen up to this particular point, up to the present, is that Deontay Wilder still hasn't had one fight to unify any of the belts, any of them.
Seriously,
So,
you gonna say that?
so even
Hold
if you
on,
had
hold
the
on,
whole
hold
thing
on.
with Vladimir Klitschko out of the way, he's never unified with anybody
Oh
that
my
has held
God.
a world heavyweight
Okay,
championship.
okay.
Any
Can we
one of
be honest? Can we
them.
can
Any
we
one of
can we be honest? Stop the talking points. Let's just stop the talking points. You're right. He haven't had an undisputed title fight. I give you that. That's dead right. But let's stop the talking point. Let's not act like he ain't tried. Now, let's not act like he didn't invite Joseph Parker, who was at the time the WBO title, and they was in discussion to fight Wilder, and then he stepped out the back door and fought AJ. Now, I give you, he didn't fight Martin. I give you that. I don't understand that one. Never understood it, but I understand if Eddie Hearn gonna pay charge Martin down there $7 million for the IBF, and and you know Wilder went for the give it to you. You're supposed to go with to AJ. You're supposed to go sell that belt to AJ. Now that's common sense. Now I'm not gonna knock Martin from not not to have the hunger and want to be a champion for over the $7 million because Wilder turned around and told Eddie Hearn, "You give me $7 million to fight Dillian White when I come down there with my belt," and Eddie Hearn tell him, "No, I give you 4." So that's bullshit. He tried to attempt to unify with Parker. And he tried to attempt to unify with AJ. I'm not gonna go over that AJ bullshit again. Because it's common sense. The problem is that AJ wanted to fight it in the UK and Wilder wanted to fight in America. Common sense is you can have a budget, your fight come to a limit in the UK. In America, it depends on how good everybody want to see the fight. And they would have pumped it up everybody like they did the Tyson Fury fight. It would have made way more money in the AJ fight. That's what Wilder team know. And AJ team know he didn't want to. AJ was too chicken shit to leave the UK and to come fight in America. We saw that as Andy Reeves, who we just pulled out the cherry pick, ended up knocking him out in the first round because he had a panic attack in America. The light's too big for him over here. He liked them dim over there in the UK. So that's bullshit. I'm not even finna go on it out. He tried to attempt to fight Parker. He tried to attempt to fight Vladimir. The facts. So why are you talking over there and acting like they're not facts? Is beyond me. You know he attempted to fight Parker, dude. Parker slid out the back door after he seen him knock out Gerald. Gerald Washington said, "Shit, man, I want a part of this. I'm gonna go 12 rounds to AJ, give my 33%, which they didn't even offer Wilder 33% when he wanted to unify."
That wasn't even in the discussion.
What you mean it wasn't in the discussion? He gave
Here's
Parker.
the thing. The thing with Parker. The thing with Joseph Parker. Parker played his hand right because Joseph Parker.
How?
Okay,
How?
I'm gonna show you how.
He got bamboozled to me.
No, he didn't. I'm gonna show you how. Joseph Parker years before was the number one contender for the IBF Heavyweight Championship, which Anthony Joshua held. Now he had a choice. He said either he could be the mandatory against Anthony Joshua, or he could fight Andy Ruiz for the vacant WBO title. He ended up fighting Ruiz, got the win for the WBO title. Okay. So then he was able to flip that and then fight Anthony Joshua for the unified championships. If he had fought Joshua as the mandatory for the IBF title, he wouldn't have got no more than $1 million.
Hey, look, that's the same situation. JR, you're right. I'm not arguing with you, JR. You're right. That's the same situation with Martin.
He flipped it and made 9.
The best thing about AJ's situation is the UK fans are diehard boxing fans, and they follow and they support boxing. That's the beautiful thing about AJ. You can sell. It's just like, to me, Eddie Hearn just selling there as a bag of fake baloney, because to me, soon AJ step up against Wilder, he get crushed, you know. But the UK fans just love this guy, and they buy him. They support his pay-per-view. They support his fight. They go out there. So of course, Parker gonna go for the big money with against AJ instead of going through the trenches with Wilder, because Wilder wasn't on that level. I can say this. The hardcore know who Wilder is. We knew the mystique. I've been watching Wilder since 2012 and been talking about it. Yeah, we knew it. But the casuals not. But that's one thing about America. And you must say this. Once the casuals catch on, and they catch on like high five, the shit never stops. It's like a floodgate. And that's what Team Wilder know. So, you know, we just going to keep building. We're going to keep building. Let the mystique build. And for Deontay Wilder credit, he did that. And he going to pay off Saturday night. And once he knock out Fury, it's going to be bigger. He going to force AJ to come into these lights. Now, I don't want to hear about no goddamn Baghdad money or Iraq money or Saudi Arabia bullshit. None of that bullshit. Bring your ass to Vegas, the mecca of boxing, and let's just get this to happen. And why the team gonna offer AJ a nice chunk, 50-50, if not 50-50, 55-45 Waterway, because he's gonna do the numbers. He's gonna have the numbers after Saturday. But I would prefer it be 50-50 because Wilder offered Fury 50-50, because that's type of fight. That's the type of champion he is. He's not trying to be greedy. Now this AJ talking about some 70-30 bullshit. Dude, stop it, bro. You just trying to duck again. Even your own promoter knows it should be 50-50 now. But it's all
He never
good.
said 70-30. He said 60-40.
Who? No. AJ just said 70-30. He just recently said 70-30.
No. Because I know, because I know what you're talking about in reference to that. I know where that's coming from. I know the direct clip that is coming from.
Even if
it's coming from the IFL
60-40.
TV 30. It was coming from the IFL TV interview where he was speaking in hypotheticals. He wasn't speaking in actuality. He was speaking in hypotheticals in that instance.
Okay, I like how you've been. I like how you like being. JR, I like how you so word correctly when it comes to AJ, but not the same for Wilder. But it's okay. Well, let's just say.
But I showed what is there for me to do about Wilder? I've showed everything that I needed to show in reference to Wilder. I've showed direct quotes from Deontay Wilder.
You're wrong.
How am I wrong when I show direct quotes from Wilder?
What quote?
You can't. How can I do that? I'm not misquoting. I'm reading what he said.
You read everything that I've said. That's not what Wilder said.
No. I'm not talking about that boxingscene.com article. I'm talking about the thing that I showed from alabama.com. I'm talking about the thing that I showed from Ring TV. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Those were direct quotes from Deontay Wilder. Okay.
I'm just gonna post all this information as soon as we get off. I'm gonna show you.
Now, in reference to this particular fight, this is one of the biggest fights in the heavyweight division. It's one of the most important fights in the heavyweight division. There's so much on the line for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and for the winner, it's going to mean so much for them.
True,
but it is going to be very significant to see how much interest there is going to be in this particular bout at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Not just in how many ticket sales or how many tickets will be bought, but also how many pay-per-view buyers come in for this particular fight.
So what you think you're going to do? What you think you're going to do?
This is a joint pay-per-view. There's so much that there's so much that has been put into this.
True. So what you think a good number?
A good thing.
What's a good number for you? What you think is a good number?
A good number for it to be successful, or a number for me to
a successful number.
Well, on Sunday, I was told that for it to break even, it has to have 1.2 million pay-per-view buys.
Yes, that's what I was told about. I was told 1 million. I was told 1 million. I'm thinking like, if, to be honest with you, I'm thinking 1.6 that it should reach, but I'm hoping for like 2.2, 2.3. You know, because
It won't.
it's
Nah, it won't reach that.
it might don't, but it got a lot of people interested. You know, that it's not the same with this goddamn all these screaming and all that. But if it do reach,
That's the key, and that's the thing that I'm worried about,
yeah, but
because
a lot of people.
the first fight had what, 325,000. So, man, I don't know.
But
They're
you gotta
gonna have
look
to
at it.
work.
First fight, neither one was on pay per view in America. Nobody know about it. It wasn't pumped up like. Now you got to say what you want to. This fight is big. It's pumped up. Now I don't. I know it should do, say GGG and Canelo numbers at least. You know, it should do that. But it got a potential to do better than that because a
Yeah,
lot of
it
people
has
talking
to.
about it. And Fox talking about it, CNN talking about it, ABC talking about it. It got a potential to do a lot better than that.
It has to. It has to. Um, Shoot, I'm trying to look the thing up for,
I even think he's
because
gonna do. I didn't think he's gonna do good in on BTV and on BT
BT4.
Sports in the UK. You know, I'm thinking my most probably like 700,000 to 800,000
Okay.
buys over there.
All right, let me see here. So that first fight had 325,000 pay-per-view buys. The pay-per-views that were on Fox, Spence Garcia had 375,000. Pacquiao
Spitz
Thurman,
Garcia had
yeah,
400,000. 400,000.
Pacquiao Thurman was around 500,000. Spence Jr. against Porter had 350,000, and the Wilder Ortiz rematch had 275,000.
Yeah, they're not bad numbers though. They're not bad numbers because you can look at it like this on HBO. Even though they reach more people, but HBO was doing those same numbers with Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao
Well,
when they first
we have
career
a
was
question.
starting.
We have a question for you. Chopper says, "What did you predict the first fight would do?"
Um, I thought it was gonna hit 500. I thought it was gonna hit 500. I was hoping to hit 500.
I thought you said it was going to be do more than 500. I thought it was like 800K, but
No,
uh,
I said 500, and I was hoping for 7. That's what I remember saying.
okay.
500, and I was hoping for 7.
Now, shout out to Phil of the Boxing Updates. He says that it will do 300K in America. I'll be amazed if it breaks 500K. Nah, nah,
Phil tripping. No, man, he tripping.
nah.
This fight gonna do
'Cause
way more than
it
500.
already did. It already did 325 on Showtime. And here's the thing, Showtime
Exactly,
is
exactly.
not as big as, having Fox, 20th Century Fox behind it,
And
or ESPN,
ESPN.
ABC, Disney behind it. Well, actually, Disney owns Fox and ESPN, so it's basically Disney. Disney owns everything. All
Put it
right.
like this:
So
ESPN have 113 million viewership. Fox have like 136 million viewership. Showtime, which the Water and Furry One was on, only have like 23 million viewerships. So it gonna reach way more people. So it's gonna do way more than 300.
well,
It's gonna do way more than 500, in
well,
my opinion.
I did receive an article today about the Caleb Plant Vincent Figgenboots fight, and that one had the report of a peak viewership of 1.6 million,
No, 1.8.
or
1.8.
1.8. So for a fight that's like, if
Yeah.
you were in the game, like Plant versus Figgenboots, like, really, seriously?
No,
But
no, yeah,
1.6,
because to be honest with
1.6 million. That's a good number
you, no,
for something like
1.8.
that.
1.8 is a good,
1.8 million.
yeah,
It's a great number for that. It's a
yeah, we
great
gotta look at it like this. Some college and basketballs don't do 1.8 on a Fox on a Saturday night. So the number wasn't a bad number. It was a pretty good number.
right. Oh God, here Here's another question for you. Do you know Wilder personally?
Nope, not
All
at
right,
all.
all right, so there you go. All right. Um, yeah, Phil Hope said it does good numbers, and like I said, I hope it does good numbers too. I really wanted to actually be in that area to, soak in the atmosphere to see how it would be, but nah, I just couldn't make it out there. So I'm going to, try to, find a theater or buy a pay per view because I mean, like I've said,
Buy the
this
pay
is
per view,
one of the
man.
yeah, because this is one of the most important
Yeah, support it. Buy the pay
events
per view.
for the sport of boxing.
Yeah,
And the thing about it is, whether you're a Wilder fan or not, or anything like that, if you are for these fighters getting paid as much as they possibly can, then you gotta support the pay per view because the more support that they get, the more money that they're gonna get in the future. So whether you support Wilder or you support Fury or not, if you support the sport of boxing, you gotta find a way to support this fight and put in the money, find a theater, go watch it in the theater or something like that, man. Because
yeah,
we can't have this instance where 10 million people stream the first fight. No, we can't have that. Can't have
yeah,
that. You know, you gotta have our boxing fans or whatever it is supporting the fight as good as we possibly can. Because whether you have Showtime pay per view or Fox pay per view or ESPN or the Zone or whatever it is, you're gonna have to put down the money sometime. You're gonna have
Hey,
to.
Joey,
Otherwise, those guys don't get paid.
I
Hey,
like to clear this up. Let me clear this up right quick. Now, I'm 100% Wilder gonna win Saturday night. But let's just say Wilder don't win. Let's just say he lose a fair decision, lose a fair. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna dust my boy off, back him, and be ready for the rematch. Because Deontay Wilder is a champion that I respect and I like, and I'm gonna be with him regardless. So all these people be talking about, well, you gonna be lost. No, man, I'm gonna dust him off, be talking shit because I'm ready for the rematch. Because I got faith in the Alabama Slammer. It's my dirty south partner. We've run from the same neck of the woods. So I was, just like Earl Spence, Charlos, you relate to your surrounding. Them boys come from the dirty south. I'm with them. Now I like my East Coast fighters too. My boy Caleb Plant, straight out of Tennessee, from the bottom. These are my dirty South boys. So I'm gonna be right back there with them, backing them any way I can.
mm.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's why I respect a lot of UK fans. They do. They back their fighters regardless.
Hold
Cause
on,
I gave
you said Charles. Hopefully this thing works. Hopefully this audio works. Hopefully this audio works.
listen. I gave them hell with AJ. I mean, I gave them dudes hell when AJ lost to Reeves. I mean, it was like me that day Matthew Brown put that live video where he just bust out laughing and like uncontrollable. It
Yeah, I
was
mean,
it
I
was
was there. I
glorious.
mean, I was there live, man. I was able to, go out to Madison Square Garden and actually witness
Yeah,
it. And that sometimes those moments you got to be able to just be able to go out and see or just watch on the
yeah,
phone or whatever it is because you never know. Because like think about that particular fight of that magnitude at the time. That's almost like nowhere near, but it's like when Buster Douglas defeated Mike Tyson.
yeah.
Like you had to basically be there and be like, "Oh shit, that
Man,
happened, yo!"
I
You
was
know?
amazed looking at the crowd faces. I was like putting it in
Yeah,
slow motion, looking at the
yeah,
crowd face like in shock.
yeah.
Like,
You
but
know,
UK fans, bruh, man, I respect them cats so much. I don't like them, but I respect them. Man, them dudes were right back at him, picking up AJ like they picked up Tyson, like picked up what his name Haddon when Floyd beat the shit out of Haddon. They're
had
right back there,
after
Haddon on the ground.
the
Look,
Wayne
Haddon
the
on the
fight.
yeah, Haddon on the ground, knocked out, and he still singing one head. And I'm like, man, Haddon just got his ass
Yeah,
handed
man.
to him,
They
and
didn't
they was
stay.
right
They
there.
didn't stop singing. They didn't
I
stop
know,
singing
bro.
after that joint, man.
I was
You
like,
know.
God damn.
Yeah, but
They not like
Yeah,
us
this
American
is a
fans.
very no. But the thing about it is
Our
that we
team
don't.
lose. We take it personal. We pissed at them. Man, I ain't talking to y'all, but
We
y'all
be
need to do
breaking
better.
we be breaking stuff,
Breaking
man. We'll break
shit, bruh.
TVs,
Yeah, you know, look,
breaking lights and
man,
chairs.
on YouTube,
You
right,
know what
when
I'm
Kansas
saying?
City beats 49ers for the Super Bowl. Man, they got
Yeah,
people breaking their TVs.
you're breaking their TVs and all that, man.
Like,
Old dudes like having attitudes when that dude that when the Patriots lost to the Dolphins after that
yeah,
flea flicker joint, like yeah,
yeah.
like you'd be taking all that stuff like way too seriously, man. But yeah, the thing with Wilder, man, he if he loses, you just dust it off and just come right back. That's the
You
thing
got
about it
you.
because
You
you
got to.
you have that whole who is it J Rock well before he beat Jared Hurd. He got knocked out by Charlo, and then he had to work his way back in order to fight for the titles again. And then he was,
Oh, bro,
you know,
bro. Let me tell you something. Tony Harris, that decision with Tony Harris crushed me, dude. I was pissed off, man, because they won that fight. I was so mad about that shit, bro. All right, man, fuck that. To rob my boy out his old damn Tony Harrison, dude. But it took me a minute to get my shit together, dust off. Come on, Charlo, we're gonna put it back in the rematch. Then Tony Harrison gonna play keep away with the belts. Most like what the UK fighters like to do, man. Fight that man to get away. And when he knocked out Tony Harrison, oh, bro.
God, man. Nah, I'm sorry, man. I'm not a fan of the Charlos, bro. I'm not a fan of man. I was like, yo, Tony Harrison. I was like, Tony Harrison was winning the fight. I'm like, oh,
I know. Crush your heart, did it?
I was like, oh.
Nice ass talk about some damn water, but man, you take that L, man. I took that L on with him. Take that L, and my Charlo, bro. Then Charlo finna fight. I think Jamal Charlo finna fight Sergey Da Vinci. I can't pronounce it.
Davinchenko. Well,
yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. Either he fight him or he fight
he's fighting Chris Eubank. Either Davinchenko.
Man, I like Eubank. I like Eubank. That's one UK fight I like. I like Eubank style, man. Eubank don't give a fuck. I like Eubank. Yeah. I don't want to see him fight Eubank yet. I think it should. If he fight Eubank, I'd rather see him fight him in the UK. But I'd rather see him fight.
If he gets more money, then yeah. I mean, why not? Yeah. But the thing about it is, you have the whole dadgum Canelo situation, and
what you Canelo
is.
What you think about Caleb Plant? What you think about Caleb Plant?
Well, I mean, Plant is the IBF super middleweight champ. He said what he said about having a certain amount of time before getting ready to fight Canelo Alvarez.
So do you respect it or not? You think he should, or you thought he should went for the Canelo fight?
I think he should. And the thing about it is that you're not going to be paid anywhere near as much fighting any other guy than Canelo Alvarez. And the thing about it is that unless if he feels or he is totally confident that there's no other way out for Canelo Alvarez than to fight Caleb Plant later on down the line, then I don't understand it, because you have that fight against Benavidez, so you end up winning against Benavidez. But Canelo has supposedly he has options. I don't think he has that many options, but supposedly he has options. And the problem with Canelo is DAZN is starting to force their hand, because they can't afford to have these fights that he's having and not get much return for it.
Man, he fought Kolovil. Come on now,
yeah, but
it's not like you've been taking. Now, Rocky Fieldman, that was an easy touch, but
Jacobs, I know Jacobs is a tough fight, but from a business standpoint, you have this guaranteed $365 million. Okay, and Matt was talking about the first fight was basically $15 million, and then the rest was 350. So you have 10 fights, $350 million, right?
Yeah.
So you're earning $35 million.
That was a dumb move, man, that Canelo made, man. Jesus, that was dumb. I know I wouldn't talk to Oscar as either after they made me make this damn deal. To me, Canelo could be earning right now down there $80 million a fight if his ass learned to learn English and put in a little more work in America, man. That dude,
Something tells me he does understand English. I
I
don't
don't
know.
fuck. Why the fuck you don't
I,
want to learn it? They don't understand that shit, dude.
I think he, I think he
Shit,
understands
man.
it.
You go on these
But
ESPN and
but
start.
here's but the thing is that they basically organized the deal. Like Oscar and Golden Boy organized the deal without Canelo being there. They just said, "Hey, we got $365 million for you. You can take it." And he
No,
was
that's
like,
why
"Hey,
Canelo pissed right now, man.
yeah,
It's a
exactly.
bullshit.
That's why he's
It ain't
pissed right
never
now, and that's why
no.
he's not really dealing with Oscar De La Hoya
Dude,
anymore."
it's 30 million. That's just his lawyers couldn't get him out. It's just $32 million. Dude, I'm not saying $32 million. It's just $32 million. But
Mhm.
he's on Pacquiao and Floyd level. These dudes averaging 50 to 120 million every time they fight. They could have made Canelo what Canelo made in 4 fights. Or if
Look,
it depending on how big they got the
I know
promotion
you
going.
don't. I know you don't like this guy, but look what Joshua made in his second fight against Andy Ruiz.
What? I don't even know because you don't know
Like it's
Joshua's numbers.
like
You can't really tell Joshua's
Well,
numbers.
it's not 80 million. Somebody said it was 85 million. No, it was not 85 million. It was around 40 to 45 million dollars
That's
guaranteed
what,
for
that's what
that
I'm
fight.
saying. You can't tell. You cannot. That's another thing I don't like about UK. You can't never UK
No,
fighters.
they do. They do report. They do
No,
report their
they don't.
purses.
They don't.
They
They,
do.
they don't report their purses. They
Oh,
don't
they did.
report.
They
Tell
did.
me who else. They do
They
not
did.
report their purse.
They
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 not.
reported this. They
No, I'm
reported this
talking about.
first for the
No, no. Listen to what I'm saying, Jr. Americans have to report our purses to the commissioner. They get to say our business out there. That's what we making, or that's our guarantee at least.
That's a guarantee.
That's a guarantee. But UK fighters don't got that. So, like, say for instance, Caleb Plant fought this week. I mean, last week. I mean, this week. Weekend just left.
Mhm.
It's a guarantee. I say his guarantee is 1.2 million. So they put his business out. Guarantee made 1.2 million. We have to report that to the California commission. I mean, the California commissioner. Here you
Whatever
go. You
you
got.
mentioned, Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. Here you got Billy Joe Saunders fighting. They don't report shit. They just say he probably made or he gonna probably make about 2 million. No, we're just not gonna go off what the fuck Eddie say, but Eddie's a bold faced liar. So why we just they don't have no you can never know their numbers. So I hate trying to debate with UK dudes about their numbers and you don't even know them. How you don't know them? I found one article that tells you what Joshua and Waterman made. They said the whole fight was $46 million for the pay per view and everything, and the gate was $8 million. I mean, and the gate was including was $8 million. So that's the only thing I could go off of. So I'm like, okay, Joshua had 90,000 tickets sold, and he only made $8 million. Yet y'all giving shit to Deontay Wilder, who sold 10,000 tickets versus Luis Ortiz, even though they gave away 2,000. They sold 10,000 tickets versus Luis Ortiz, and he made 4.6 million. So what are you tripping on?
Well,
What is the
the
big
thing about
fight?
it is that the way that that's worked out is that Joshua basically gets more off of even the ticket sales and the pay per view buys than Wilder does here on this end. We have a higher price point for our tickets
Oh, right
without
now
question.
he do. I give you
Without
that.
question.
Like I say, right
But
now he do. Right now he do. That's why.
but
That's why Eddie
and
Hearn tried to
again,
keep him in. Jr. Let me say it right quick. That's why Eddie Hearn tried to keep him in Saudi Arabia because it's a cap on it. But right now, just say this fight blows up with Wilder and Fury. Just say they go like 2.4, 2.5. There's no limit to what they make. And then they gate for their tickets sale right now. They can make anywhere from 20 to 30 million just on the live gate on what they're taking in, which is what 14,000 tickets sold. Florida,
mm,
Florida, Conor
your boy Matt says the gate's going to be around 12 million.
Hey, that's not a bad number. That's not a bad number. Florida Connor made what
The gate of
53
55.
55 million with 14,000 tickets sold. Um Canelo and GGG made their second fight 23 million with 15,000 tickets sold. Tickets sold. So you can't base Jimmy Clark, okay, he's not even doing the numbers. Wilder last 2 fights on the average 13,000, 14,000. Dude, when fans come to pay, they pay. You know, I won't pay that shit, but I support my local um you know
Not the local fights.
yeah, my local fights with at the casinos and shit. But I ain't trying to pay
Okay.
all that shit, man. I got 2 kids in college, man. That shit drive me crazy right
Oh
now.
no. Oh no. And they they ain't on scholarship, man. If they on scholarship, even if they on scholarship, man, tuition is rising every single year. Nah, man.
Tell me about that bullshit, you know. And they
Man,
telling me my daughter gonna tell me she don't want to take out a student loan. You better take that student loan out. We'll pay it back later. You tripping?
Oh, I don't know, man. Like,
I know,
what
bro. Look,
year?
bro, you gotta take a big, take a small one out. You gotta take a big one out. Take a small one out.
What year they at, man? Yo, tell them go to a community college, man. Yo.
Oh shit, no, man. She got accepted to a major college, so she got to go there, man.
Oh yeah, man.
She got to sacrifice. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yo,
But
yeah,
I'm not. Look, I'm not sacrificing nothing. No, in water beat Fury, and let's just say Fury opt out to have a second fight, or I'm praying that if he don't opt out to have a second fight, Wilder go ahead and make Dillian White an offer, and they fight, and it's in that Las Vegas Raider Stadium for later on this year. Oh man, I'm going, dude. I'm going. That stadium says $65,000. It's $65.
Well, they're gonna.
And you can sell the tickets.
Either Wilder wins by knockout or Fury wins by decision.
No, I think Wilder can win by points.
But
Wilder winning by points, dude.
He can win by points, but to me, I hope it's not. I'm picking Fury to win, but I hope it's not. I'm fearing that it's going to be controversial. Like they're going to choose Fury, and it's going to be like they robbed Wilder somehow in this particular instance.
Nah,
there's just something that just
I know it'll be probably a lot of people say it'd be bigger if Wilder take a L and for that and put his rematch and they do it, but nah, Wilder gonna win on points. He probably knocked Fury down like twice, but he gonna win on points this time. That first fight,
but think about it. Like if you have Deontay Wilder that has had double-digit defenses of the WBC heavyweight championship, and then he ends up losing his first fight to Tyson Fury. Like a rematch of that?
No, dude, but you don't never know what Tyson Fury thinking, dude.
Yeah.
Tell you what he did, Walter Klitschko. Man, Tyson, you cannot predict Tyson Fury. Yeah. So don't even try to worry about that. Knock his ass out. But I don't think he's gonna knock him out. I wish he knock him out. But I think Fury gonna be too stubborn to get knocked out. But I know he gonna beat him. He gonna beat him every round. That's right. That first fight, Fury, for his credit, that fucking motherfucker got under Wilder's skin so bad. You could tell, like in that last build-up, Wilder wanted to punch him in the face so bad that to me. Fury got under his skin so bad. Wilder dropped everything, all the game plans, everything. He didn't live up to the moment, and he just wanted to knock Fury out. He just kept trying to knock him out, wasting all his energy. Just kept trying to knock him out, going for it. If you watch that first round, Wilder going to the body, beautiful. He hit Fury with a couple good body arm shots, a couple good jabs, and not even toward the end of the first round, he go for the knockout. All you gotta do is continue that pace. The Fury ain't had no defense for it. Continue that pace. He just lost it. He wanted to knock him out so bad. I think he's gonna be more calm. And people's like, well, he didn't win around Ortiz. Ortiz and Fury is two different fighters, man.
They're completely different fighters.
Ortiz is a southpaw with power, very technical. Speed, like I don't know what. I remember in that 7th round, Wilder.
No. I think Wilder was in full control of that fight. I think he was in full.
Yeah, but not points wise. He was in full
points wise. No, but there was no point in that particular fight where Deontay Wilder was in serious danger because he was able to let Ortiz get off as far as like his punches were concerned, but it wasn't like Ortiz hit him with full force of his punch. Like
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder, like in the first fight, controlled the distance against Luis Ortiz. The only difference was he allowed Ortiz to be, more offensive in the rematch. But as long as he is able to keep his left hand out,
yeah.
that's all he basically needed.
Bro,
He didn't really have to throw it right.
Did you see how every time he threw that jab out, Ortiz kept pawning that jab down so he could see where Wilder right hand coming from? That was so smart of Ortiz. He just kept pawning that jab down, looking for making sure he could keep his hand.
Yeah, because that's positioning. Because the thing with Wilder does, he'll throw a jab sometimes, but it'll also, like he did in the first fight, he kept his arm out, so he was basically far away so that he could keep and then paw at Luis Ortiz. So Luis Ortiz being a southpaw, he basically has to come in with that left hand coming the way that on his right. So he's trying to keep that distance away so that he's watching for Ortiz's left hand. So even if he's still back here, he's still watching for that left hand of Luis Ortiz. That's why I was like saying in that second fight, I was like, every time Wilder was backing up, I'm like, all he has to do is just throw that right hand counter. If he threw that right hand counter at any time, he would have got Ortiz.
Yeah, but the difference between the Ortiz 1 and Ortiz 2, Ortiz 1, Wilder was so aggressive in that fight. I mean,
in the first one, yeah.
He wanted to knock Ortiz out so bad, and he kept getting caught. Ortiz like, "No, you're gonna go for it. I'm gonna let you have it." And then on the second fight, he only did it once in that 7th round. He tried to uppercut. He tried to go back to the body. He went to the body, a clean shot with Ortiz. Bow. Then he tried to go back to the body again with Ortiz. Ortiz threw a little short combination so good. Bop, 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 bop. Quick. On point. Short. Mix Wilder, knock Wilder balance off. So Wilder stepped back and still try to size him up. And then Ortiz let it down. Ortiz was pawing that jab down every time. But this time, when Wilder positioned himself and for that right hand, Ortiz stopped pawing the jab down. He started moving his head and allowed Wilder long enough to keep that jab right there and then come with that right hand. And it wasn't even a powerful right hand. It was a short right hand. Short.
Oh, you're talking about the second fight. In the first fight, that was basically, to me, the first 3 rounds was basically positioning by Deontay Wilder. And it was more of activity from Luis Ortiz, but Luis Ortiz really couldn't get to him at that particular point. Mm-hmm. So a majority of the crowd that was there at the Barclays Center, they were booing because there was like no serious shots being landed in those first 3 rounds. But then, Wilder didn't really throw them much in those first 3 rounds. So when he started throwing in the 4th round and then he caught him with the right hand, that's when he basically threw Ortiz off and then had him in trouble. So there it was like I said, he was controlling the distance the whole time. All he had to do was just, let go of that right hand. And if he was able to find an opening to throw that right hand, he was going to do it at that particular time. And the whole thing with that 7th round, he wasn't in trouble in that 7th round. He wasn't. A lot of people saying that he was in trouble. He wasn't. At the end of the 7th round, he was shaking his head. He was fine. He was fine after that.
He was buzzed though.
He was buzzed. But by the end of that round, his head was clear. So
his head was clear. Hey, Wilder got some great recovery time. He do. He got some great. Now AJ don't have that good recovery time, but Wilder have great recovery time.
I think he does. The thing with Joshua, right? He's been hit clear by a good number of people. He's been hit clear by White. He's been hit clear by Vladimir Klitschko. The thing with Ruiz,
Povetkin rocked him.
Too. Yeah, Povetkin rocked him too. So he's been hit by some good guys. The thing with Ruiz was like he knew where to hit, because you get hit like in the temple, no matter who you are, and it's a heavyweight. Your equilibrium is gonna be off regardless. So Ruiz was able to hit that sweet spot every time in that first fight, and once you hit that and it like takes out your equilibrium, like you're pretty much done the rest of the fight.
Yeah, but AJ
clear head. You know what I
Only
mean?
equilibrium shot I seen AJ take was the one that he took from White and the one he took from Ruiz. That Wildman Klitschko shot wasn't no equilibrium shot. That was straight to the top of the head.
That was straight up. You know, that was
straight up hit him in the top of the head.
Right.
Wow, knocked him out, knocked him down. You know, so I don't know, bro. I just can't wait to that fight because they're gonna fight for it. But see, they're gonna fight from a distance. AJ, oh my God, AJ is so scary, bro. That dude, when he first was coming up, don't get me wrong. Before that Wilder Klitschko fight, that dude used to go through. I mean, he used to go. Like he went through Brazil. He just went through Brazil. Man, look, go ahead and give me this. I'm finna go ahead and get mine. Pa 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 pa, and just smash Brazil. He lined it up with Martin. I was like, okay, this dude, God damn.
Oh, you hear the thing with Martin? What Charles Martin said about that fight?
What?
That he said that he threw the fight.
Yeah, bro. It was common sense. He didn't fucking put no effort in it.
He didn't
could have got up, bro. Man, that dude didn't even look like he tried.
He didn't try. He didn't try.
No. JR, look at Charles Martin right now. Did you see him come in that Las Vegas arrival? Did you see him? Man, Charles Martin looked good, dude.
Yo,
that dude,
I don't know.
Bro.
Yo, that's gonna be a good fight, man. Him against Joe.
He gonna crash Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington,
man, I don't know,
even though Gerald Washington knocked out what's Alina's, Gerald Washington can't take no more punches, bro. That's one thing about it. You get hit by Deontay Wilder, you're not the same fighter. You're not the same fighter.
Charles Martin had to go through that whole thing with Adam Kaunacki or Kaunacki, whatever it is, man.
Kaunacki scored him in 3 rounds. I'm serious.
Washington in 3 rounds, yeah.
You get hit by Deontay Wilder, you're not the same. This been proof for Molina. There's been proof from Johannes. There's been proof for Spilka, Gerald Washington, on the other Ortiz.
I thought Washington was fine when they stopped the fight. He was fine, yo. He got up, but yo, Wilder.
Dude, if you watch that fight, he gets up. Washington gets up when the referee stops him, and he walks to the other side of the ring and bend over, get ready to fall out the other side of the ring. So the referee had to let Wilder go and catch Washington or fall out the ring. That's how fucked up he was in that fight.
Oh boy, but Charles Martin, man. I mean, this is gonna be a key fight, man, for him.
I think it'll be easy. I think it'll be easy for Martin, bro. I think he's gonna run through Gerald Washington. You know, Gerald Washington Helenas was beating him. Helenas was beating him good to me. He just got caught. He just got caught with that hook, and Washington don't even like throwing his right hand that much. He got caught with that right hand, but Martin gonna put it on him, bro. Serious.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for Ruiz versus Ortiz. That's what I want. I want that fight.
Well, we're gonna see if that's gonna happen.
I doubt it.
About it. I doubt it. I doubt it myself. I've been told.
They got to give Ortiz somebody, bro. Somebody got to fight Ortiz, bro.
It should be Ruiz.
It should be Ruiz.
They're not going to
either Ruiz or Dillian White. We know Dillian White not going to do it because he's in a mandatory position, and I don't blame him. I'm not knocking him for it, but it should be Ruiz. They both coming out with losses. It should be Ruiz.
They both coming off losses, and it's key. But I think that Ruiz is going to be fighting somebody else, leaving Ortiz in the cold yet again.
I heard it might be spoiled. The dude that was finna fight Yusuke, and he didn't fight him.
Spong?
Yeah, I think I heard of him. That's
Ortiz?
No, for Ruiz.
Oh, nah. I've heard it's going to be Chris Areola for Ruiz.
Oh, no, bro. No, I hope it's not Chris Areola, bro.
Well, the thing about it is you had Chris Areola that had his fight against Adam Kaunacki, and that fight, you had all of them punches, man, over.
Hey, bro, he surprised me against Kaunacki. I thought Kaunacki was going to watch him. He surprised me. But Kaunacki was out of shape for that fight too, man. Even though he's a big boy, he was out of shape for that fight.
So they're talking about you gave us a great performance in that bout, and those boxing fans, we want to see you out there again. So I think they have one more fight in the bag for Chris Areola now. I think it's going to be against Kaunacki. It's the same. I mean, not Kaunacki, against Andy Ruiz.
They'll do good in California. They'll do good in California.
That's a perfect spot for it.
And both are from California, so it is what it is.
So
I'll watch it.
And
I
then
watch. I read Ortiz though.
yeah, but then yeah, you gotta have Ortiz in that thing.
Bruh, I
You
like
got
to see Joseph Parker, which I know he's not because he's trying to fight the WBO. He got his WBO eliminated. I like to see. I hate that Joseph Parker signed it back with Eddie Hearn, man. I hated that shit, man. Get back over in the mix over here, man. These dudes nowhere not fighting nobody, man. You know,
hey Joseph Parker though, man. Yo, Matt said, man, yo, he ain't no killer. Like,
no, but that
yo,
dude too. Dude, that dude pissed me off. So
he
that,
ain't
if
no
that dude had
killer.
any, if that dude had any ounce of meanness in him, he'll be a
He
good ass fighter. See, that's why
he
all right. See, that's why I respect Wilder too. Man, Wilder put that switch on, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Bottom line, that's what he say. Even Furry get to that point when he in the ring, he gets screaming, yeah, AJ used to be that way. AJ used to be grinding. I mean, AJ was punishing at first, but they were no competition, but he had it in him. But ever since that Waterman Klitschko knocked down, that dude started, well, I need to be more of a boxer, and it's turned to a whole different person. Like, man, Deontay Wilder, that nigga's Deontay Wilder gonna knock him out. He got soft. He got that killer mentality. Dude, even with Ruiz, man, you supposed to punish Ruiz, dude. He took your belt. He took it to you. You supposed to punish. Even you supposed to had to go in there for the a mix for a little while. You supposed to punish them. That was a good performance. Yeah, stay away. Waterman Klitschko, 2001, keep away jab bullshit and hole. Yeah, he did that shit, but man, no, that man took your belt and embarrassed. You supposed to went up there and took that. He had that killer in him.
man. We'll see what happens in his next fight against Kubrat Pulev.
Yeah, now he should. Now see, he should walk through Pulev. He should walk through Pulev.
Yeah, you should walk through Pulev. Like Pulev is past it.
If he don't walk through Pulev, oh my fucking god! If he don't walk through Pulev, boxing update and a couple of these other boxing groups, they're gonna pay hell for this shit. Cause I'm sick of the dude being called a champion and he's so damn soft, bro. Oh my god, dude. I'm not even gonna go there because I want to upset nobody. I'm trying to keep my cool. I swear I'm trying to be polite. Hey, Matthew Brown said keep it clean. I'm trying to keep it clean, so I'm gonna shut up. But man, this dude, if he come here and talk about 240, 250 boxing Pulev, and Waterman Klitschko knocked him out at what 2014, 2013.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? I like Joshua can't be no 255, 260, man. He can't move if he's like that. He can't.
Well, his last fight, he came in pretty good. He was 230 with Ruiz. What it was?
Yeah, around 235 or something like that.
He stopped. You know what? He got big because he thought that was gonna hurt Wilder. Because I remember him saying in the interview that Deontay Wilder about 212, 219. How you think that? Okay, so he getting like 250, 260. And here you go, Ruiz just crushed him that night. He couldn't even keep a balance together.
Man, it's a heavyweight division. Like people said, man, like it's 200-pound guys throwing bombs out there. So it doesn't matter if you 202 or 252. If it hits you right, you gonna go down.
All right, honest opinion. Honest opinion from you, JR. Honesty. Do you think Yusuke gonna be about that life at heavyweight? Honest, dude.
I'm losing confidence in him.
Bro, like, it don't, bro.
Dude,
so
I think first he gonna have that fight against Witherspoon, and now this whole thing where he was supposed to set up a fight, and that fight is scrapped.
Same thing with what's his name? And I like Gas, bro. I like Gassiel. I was praying for Gassiel to beat you because I was back in Gassiel. But man, that heavyweight division on another level, dude.
Yeah,
I'm serious. That heavyweight division on another level.
I don't think they've learned from your boy
Hunter
last time. Not Hunter.
Now, Hunter's shocking me though.
Hunter's doing some things.
Hunter got some dog in him. And to me, he's not as skilled as Yusuke and Gassiel.
Oh, he's not. He's not.
But he got some dog in him though.
Oh my goodness. Who was the last guy that moved up from cruiserweight that was a heavyweight? Why the fuck I can't think of
Steve Cunningham did it too.
He had Steve Cunningham, but
he did it with Tyson Fury.
Yeah, he dealt with Tyson Fury, but shit, man, like why can't I think of this dude?
I'm gonna
He
say
fought he
this is
fought
sure
Big Baby, Jarrell Miller. He fought Miller. God damn it, who's the dude?
Adamant. No, Adamant is
Yeah,
fighting.
Atomic. That's who. Like he went up
Yeah,
from cruiserweight or whatever it was, and like
yeah, bro. Big Baby Miller out there bad. Adamant was old as shit from when he fought
yeah,
that dude, bro.
yeah, but Atomic
Man,
should be a clue. Like coming up from cruiserweight, like nah, you can't be doing
yeah.
all that. Look at Tony Bellew. He only fought David Haye twice.
Hey, Tony Bello's smart, and I like Tony Bello. I like him. He talks
And
shit,
he
but I
was
like
like,
him.
you know what I mean? So like I said, it's the big boys messing with hit, man. So
That your sure fight should tell a lot, bro.
yeah, like
And then I'm kind of suspect of Chisora. I mean, Chisora look too good lately at this stage, but that dude looking too good. You know,
yeah,
I'm
but
kind
he
of
still have a
suspect.
couple of he has a couple of weaknesses there too, so he got to deal with all that. But yo, that's
And
pretty
then
much
I think he
so
gonna walk because Yusuke, his style, Yusuke picked the wrong. I would have rather Parker than Chisora to me. Because Parker try to box and look cute too fucking much. You can
yeah.
easily outbox Parker.
Chisora will try to
Chisora,
come at you.
he gonna come at you, dude. He gonna put that pressure on. He gonna come at you. You gonna be. You better turn and twist all night long. And then it's not like you got some serious power, you know.
Nope.
So I don't know. They're gonna tell a lot, bro. A lot of people big on him. I'm like, no, it still ain't. You know, I need to see more. You know, I ain't finna crown him yet. He was good at.
At cruiserweight, but yeah,
At
this
cruiserweight.
heavyweight thing, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe he'll
He's a
have a
big boy.
rematch with maybe he'll
Gasset.
have a rematch against Gassiev or
You
Hunter.
know, Gasset pulled out that fight
Yeah, he
the
did.
next weekend. Yeah, you know, because they keep pulling out of fights, man. Dude, this gonna be a lot of strain on y'all, man. Y'all coming up trying to put that weight on, and then talking about being
Yeah.
that same kind of loosening, man. That's a difference.
You can't be elusive, especially against guys that know how to cut off the ring. Because once they
Yeah,
get you cornered, that's it, man. You
I
toast. So
thought that Sproles fight was gonna tell a lot on Yusuke. I thought Sproles might have had a chance to put up a good showing against him. You know, I ain't want to pick him because Sproles not no real, true boxer, but that
right,
size of Sproles and that power arm just holding him down and putting that weight on. Yusuke not used to that. You know, he need to get used to that. He need to be in the getting people fighting guys way bigger than put that weight on because he don't got the. To me, he don't have the power. He got the accuracy,
right.
but he don't have the power
You don't
yet.
have it.
Yeah, because that
You don't have
Witherspoon fight was like, dude, I don't see it.
right. Yeah, he didn't really, impress that much against Witherspoon in that one. So we'll see what ends up happening with Usyk there. But yeah, here we are, 3 days away, man. Wilder versus Fury 2. Gotta
Yeah,
get ready for it, man. Pay-per-view,
order
MGM.
it.
So gotta order it and go to the theaters, folks. Gotta support
Now,
this thing. You know what I mean?
yeah, let me get out of here, man. I'm gonna sit here and post these facts for you you can go ahead and stop thinking my boy Duck undisputed in 2015. Go ahead and give it to you real quick. Take it easy, JR, man. Nice talking to you.
All right, man. Peace out, bro.
You take it easy.
Yeah.